A loaded gun, complex, cock it and pull it, we're going down, down, around. The sugar will going down, swinging. I'll be a number one with the bullet. A loaded gun, complex, cock it and pull it, we're going down, down. Down, down. We're going down, down. A loaded gun, complex, cock it and pull it, we're going down, down, around. The sugar will going down, swinging. I'll be a number one with the bullet. Loaded gun, complex, cock it and pull it.
What's up, pups? How's everybody doing? What's going on, Ryan? What's up, T.S. Pedro? Yes, great night. We're going down, down. What's up, real billionaire boys? How's it going? OG Josh Grays. What's up, man? You got my message, right? What's up, Super Snake? We're in free fall. Yeah, I told you guys a couple streams ago. I said charts are in free fall. There's no more TA. They are in free fall. Remember? Fast Abdul was on the show. And I was like, that's it, man. We're in free fall. All your supports are broken. That's it, man. We're in price discovery. We're going down, down into price discovery. Deerslayer. That's right. Listen to the man. So smash the like button. Smash like the button, everybody. We had some guests coming in tonight. I just kind of did a general like shout out to people to come out because the spaces I noticed weren't really going on. So I was like, what's up? How are we holding up? Somebody fill in Oxade over there. Let them know what's going on. You don't seem to know. King J, what's happening, man? Mike's wrecked. What's up, brother? Data Dev, how you doing? Love matters. What's up, Perez? Wrecked. Recticans. Where are my recticans at? Man, I was going to talk about general crypto tonight, but, you know, there's really no need. Oh, fuck, I hate that button. Let's go down there. See ya, buddy. All right. Yeah. We're wrecked, man. Goblin Town is coming. Goblin Town. What's up, King J? What's up, T4? Ineffable. What's up, Benta? That's right. Hit the like button, everybody. Nice tune. Down, down. Fallout Boy. 3 been shaking, homie. You down. What's up, Izzy? Crypto Dan. Plenty of dry powder. Brian / I haven't seen the charts in a while. What's up, man? Just wow. Really. Hexy Trucker. How you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing? Yo, what's up, Bente? How you doing, Super Snake? We already got somebody in the green room. Oh, yo, what's up? What's up, Hungry Money? Yeah, we can hear you, man. How you doing, man? It sounds great. Chat, what do you guys think? You're not in the show yet, but we can hear you, I think. Actually, can you guys hear him? Because I didn't punch him in yet. Oh, man. Crazy times. Let me punch you in, man. It's good. It's good, you know. Up to the same old here, you know. Had a stream. Seemed like a lot of craziness going on. What the fuck's that in the background? That's weird. You didn't expect it?
All-time high right now, man. It's like the whole community is leaving, calling them out. No, bro, man. I feel like it's just setting it up for a great redemption, you know?
I think so too, man. I think so too. Absolutely. I absolutely agree with you. I think there's definitely a big setup coming on here for something. Yo, do you saw the Shia LaBeouf getting in fights?
Nah. What's this?
Watch this, man. I've been trying to entertain myself, so I hope you guys appreciate it.
I see that that boxer, I forgot his name, but him get slapped.
Yeah, I got that one. This is Shia LaBeouf, dude. Like, you think you got it bad. This guy's a fucking celebrity A-star, and he's street fighting drunk. And God knows what. They're pretty much telling everyone, look, man, don't hit Shine with this. But he's like trying to get everybody into a fight. He's just attacking random people.
My face, yeah.
Says somebody laid him out. It's enough. There's a ton of. They arrested him. That's fucking crazy, man. Of all the opportunities you could have in your life, and that's like what he's run down to. Yeah. You know. You guys see this girl rescued from this burning building? Fucking pretty bad. All right. Let's see. Okay, here's the slap. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Oh!
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this.
All right, you know who these characters are? You want to tell me who the characters are?
I think Larry's a bodybuilder. And the other guy, he's a boxer, but I think he's like the Misfits boxer. So like a celebrity, the little guy. And I think they was in the gym earlier that day. They were streaming.
Yeah.
And basically the little guy, he basically said to Larry, you know, size don't matter. And then in the boxing ring, like I think he absolutely destroyed him. They done a few little grappling contests, and the big guy absolutely just threw him about the place like he was a piece of rug.
Yeah, I saw him spinning him around in circles. But look at this fucking interaction. This is ridiculous. We got some more people coming too, so
This situation.
No, don't do. Oh, whoa.
I know we're streaming and shit.
Oh,
No, hey, bro,
That's
bro,
his girl.
bro. Don't,
His
don't
wife,
disrespect this
right?
motherfucker
I ain't
like that.
expecting nobody. Fuck this nigga. This nigga spun
Come
me
on,
around.
come
Think I'm finna be respectful. Fuck
Okay,
her.
fuck this nigga.
His
Come
wife
on.
up for grabs.
Hey, he's been
She
mad
choosing, she
disrespectful.
smiling, she
Hey,
laughing.
did
It's
you
been
get
like
the Larry? Did you get the address?
I got the address, yeah.
Hey, don't be mad disrespectful. Come on,
I'm
man.
good, I'm
Listen,
good.
I know we
What
streaming,
are you doing
nigga.
with your hands, bro?
This
What are you doing with your hands?
this
you ready,
nigga.
Hey, you ready for them 100 gifted? 200
This
gifted?
nigga.
he's giving.
You ready for them 200 gifted? Oh! Dean!
Hey, bro, he slapped him so hard his
Yeah.
ancestors felt it, bro.
Dean! Hey, that was a hard
Fucking
ass.
Yeah,
slap me,
man.
nigga.
That was a
Fuck
hard
fun.
ass slap, nigga. Come on.
This is his
Bitch ass
bodyguard
nigga,
too,
fuck
right?
this nigga.
Come on.
That's a hard ass slap.
Oh!
No, that black guy, that big black guy,
Mhm.
he's taekwondo. I think it's taekwondo,
His
or
bodyguard?
yeah, he's like a fighter.
Oh, okay.
He's a big fighter. And then I don't know if you see what happened the next day, bro.
Yeah, I got that.
He
I
got
got
into
that lined
another
up, too.
altercation.
You know what's funny is like this his manager or whatever, this bodyguard, he's keeping him alive, man. I swear to God. Like, look at him. He's putting all his attention on this guy's wife. Like, dude, you just ignore her. Like, what's his deal, man? Like, he's asking for it.
You ready for them 200 gifted?
It's because he got humbled in the gym, so he's and he's drunk. You can hear that he's kind of drunk, right? Like he's slurred speech, and
Still, would you do
you
that
know
to him?
afterwards he's talking about bodying him and blah blah blah. Like
Okay, so this, and then the next fucking day, this happens. This is the next day, all right? This is epic. The next fucking day. I'm gonna watch this whole thing.
Nigga, pick one. Whole ass nigga.
Tika, I know who you are, brother. Pleasure, man. Listen to your legend, dude.
Dean, this is Tito.
Who?
Tiki.
Tiki.
Say hello.
Nice to meet you, bro. You do know who I am. I don't know why you lying.
No, I don't.
You definitely know who the fuck I am.
No, I don't.
Yes, the hell you do. You probably just don't like.
Yeah, you actually.
You the manager, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did we meet?
I don't know, but we know mutuals and shit. So don't act like you don't know me.
No, I don't know you.
You definitely know
Nice
me.
to meet you, though.
Yeah, I just don't be lying because girls around and shit. You definitely know me, bro.
Bro.
Not even on some disrespectful shit, but my manager know you.
Who?
Nadine. You know Nadine.
Nadine's your manager?
Yeah.
No, I don't know you, but I don't like your attitude, and I don't like your fucking tone.
I don't like you at all, though.
Okay.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah,
That was dumb.
straight up.
What?
I said straight
That
up.
was even dumber.
Are you the guy that got slapped on video?
I did, but I'll slap the shit out you, though.
Oh, you will?
I'm going to show you the inside of the house.
I'll make you another clip. Don't do that.
That was it.
Seriously?
Don't do that. All right. Come on, cuz. Come on. Nah.
To be fair, on this one, he did try to fight back, but you can hear it as well.
His people are smart. They completely held it back.
Nah, fuck cut. Fuck cut, nigga. The fuck, nigga? Chill. Whole ass nigga.
Dean, chill.
Man, fuck cut. He gonna sneak me, nigga.
Chill out,
Man, cut ain't finna sneak me, nigga.
Chill, bro.
Whole ass nigga.
Hey, let me talk to you, bro.
The fuck?
Let me talk to you, bro.
Bitch ass nigga.
Hey, let me talk to you.
Man, I'll have all. Man, I'll have all.
It's beyond me. That's ridiculous.
Bro, that.
Oh my god.
But that white guy, he's I think he's an ex-UFC fighter, and he's actually the big black guy who intervened in the last one.
Yeah.
He's his manager.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking weird.
So he's that guy's manager, the
This
one in the
guy's
red.
manager.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
shit. And you can tell he's very talented at what he does. Like the way he moved.
Bro, that elbow was clean.
That was.
And look at the way,
close
you know what the
quarters.
interesting part is, bro? It's the way he drops the the cut, bro.
Yeah, I kept going back just to watch that. Exactly. He gave him so many chances. He was very nice to him. He's like, no, but it's nice to meet you. He kept trying to move the conversation in a good direction, and this guy just wouldn't let up. Dude.
Oh no. Yeah. Straight up. Yeah.
So shut up, now, dude.
Straight up.
What?
I said straight up.
Are you the guy that got slapped on video?
I did, but I'll slap the shit out you though.
Oh,
you will?
yeah. I'm gonna show you the inside of the house.
I'll make you another clip. Don't do that.
Seriously?
Don't do that. All right. Come on, cuz. Come on. Nah. Come on.
Oh man, that's crazy. Why would you fuck with this guy? Like just the way he's standing, I just would be like, I would be very, socially friendly with him.
That other, I mean, it's good. With what they're doing, the game they're in, right?
Yeah.
Negative or positive publicity is always good publicity for these guys.
He's blowing up. This is outrage marketing.
Exactly.
This is how you win.
But it's just like his face is hurting though, bro.
You think? Hey, how come Richard Hart didn't just start fights with people? I think that would have been more effective.
Well, bro, don't you think he did, bro? That's why they're Interpol after him.
I guess he did. Yeah. Oh man, this kid, he's the Darwin Award for IQ. Man, this is fucking hilarious. So this guy's running for election campaign in Taiwan, and just watch. Did you see this video?
Nah, I haven't seen this one actually.
Funny as fuck.
台南继续努力，这是阮的责任，所以也希望
So this is
说
the guy，
除
running
了
behind the podium, and
2026
they're
陈尼
kind
不
of
要
like
当选，我们
blazing
要
him
拜托
right now.
大家，我们县长所有的议员一样都要当选，一样都要当选。哦，诸位保党，来，诸位保重，诸位保重。
You guys see that?
诸位保重。
He's not feeling. I'm not.
Did someone throw water at him?
我们县长所有，所以也希
Oh
望说，
shit!
除了2026陈尼不要当选。 我们要拜托大家，我们县长所有的议员一样都要当选，一样都要当选。哦，
Bro, that's how I feel every time I look at the hex chart, right?
Oh, exactly. He just saw his stakes, his hex stakes. Oh man. So, guys, if we have, wait, what do we got? You guys smash the like button. Let me check the messages. Dude, everyone's just checking out. Everybody's gone right now. You notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hardcore, bro, man.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah. We'll give it a couple more minutes. St. Wolf, your audio volume is so low. KR is about 3x louder. Dude, I need to get a new mic because the thing is...
Yeah, I don't know why it is. You do sound a bit faint for me, bro, man. It's like I've got to lean into my PC to hear you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it is down today, actually. Hang on. Now? Louder?
Oh, it's amazing now, bro.
All right.
A lot better, bro.
Fucking
I was struggling so hard for the last 10 minutes.
Hey, and you didn't say anything? Come on.
I thought, you know what? Let me not say nothing right now.
Everyone's trying to keep their head low right now. Like that. not rattle anything, cause any more extra bad luck. All right, we'll get a couple more minutes and see who else turns up, and then we'll get into this. There's some interesting tweets today. Okay, so we'll go look at them in a couple minutes. But check it out. So these two things were interesting. Now this is back on the Illuminati Epstein shit. This guy found this song. Now I don't know if you guys had ever heard it. I'd never heard this song before, but let me just play it. It's a song by Lola Sexy. You guys know who that is? I don't know who that is.
I don't even know who that is.
Look at this lyrics, man.
The old rich crowds. Mama, I saw the monsters there in expensive suits with gentle smiles. They spoke so soft, they called me lucky. Said I'd stay with them a while. They locked the doors and took my name. Told me when to stand and breathe. They fixed my smile so I wouldn't bite. Made me soft, made me easy inside. Said stay still, this is how it goes. Taught my body what my mouth can't say. Bright rooms, cameras watching eyes. Be grateful, boy, don't cry. Every night inside that place, I felt myself run dry.
Whoa, crazy.
That was weird.
Yeah. I didn't get to look her up yet, Lola Sexy. So you guys, chat, you guys must know. Is this a new artist, old artist? But that's a crazy song, man. It's literally telling you everything.
Bro, do you know what was weird about that? The pizza, so I don't know if you've heard about the pizza, what pizza actually means.
Yeah, I know.
When it's to do with the islands.
Yep. Well,
so it's super sus.
Yeah. So pizza, as chat, means a young girl, and I think hot dog means a young boy. And this was what was in the Podesta Hillary Clinton emails, by the way, or famously, were tons of references to pizza. And you can see the elites talking about it on talk shows as well, where they're saying, oh, yeah, we had a pizza party at this person's house and that person's house. And then you start wondering, like, man, all these fucking celebrities eat a lot of pizza for grown-ups. You know, we don't get pizza. You know, I hang out with a lot of wealthy people when I'm back home, whether I'm in, you know, up in Manhattan or Brickell, and it's always like, white wine, oysters, fucking steak, and cocaine.
Yeah, they don't order pizza, bro.
Pizza. I never seen pizza, man. So it's crazy. They've been doing it right in the open, dude. So if you think you got stuff to worry about, now they got Illuminati toilets. Have you guys heard about this? They got us everywhere, bro.
Rituals that get your anal print. They got your digital thumbprint. They got your iris code and scanning your eyeball. And next will be the anal print. During the Super Bowl, these are multiple different commercials. This isn't one commercial showcasing the toilet bowl during the Super Bowl toilet bowl. This is literally 4 different commercials showcasing the importance of the toilet bowl. Why are they showing all this toilet bowl stuff? And even in the news during the Bad Bunny Super Bowl ad, they were studying the toilet data. They were frickin' studying your poops and your pees. As we are in the World Economic Forum, the year of the water does go into data, studying everybody's data. That's what it's all about.
So the thought is that in this future we're heading into, people are going to wear masks. They're going to wear different clothing to camouflage themselves. Or gloves or whatever it is to hide, but there's one place nobody can hide. It's in the fucking shitter, okay? And your bunghole apparently is uniquely identifiable just to you, just like your fingerprint. So they're going to put cameras in all toilets, and the only way to escape that is, I guess, you'd be going to an outhouse or in a hole in the ground somewhere or something weird. I don't know, but yeah, it's crazy, man, crazy.
That's weird, bro, man.
So. Maybe our PulseChain bags are the least of our worries right now. Let's see. This might cheer some of you guys up.
You heard about the Iran-America war. Yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's supposed to start tomorrow. Is that the one you're talking about, where they're going to drop nuclear weapons tomorrow?
Yeah.
So tomorrow
Apparently
is the 20th, and that's why the markets are really funny right now. A lot of people are expecting that they're going to nuke Iran tomorrow. And that should be interesting. Not interesting. Really sad.
I don't think they will nuke them because I think that would cause a World War III.
Well, I think that after Gaza, they can get away with anything, man. You know what I mean? Like, I think that tactical nukes could be used, man. You know what I mean? They'd have to do it because the reason it has to be done. See, Gaza couldn't fight back; they had no weapons or army per se, right? So they drew it out over a year. With Iran, they can't do that. They can't like kind of go in and tactically just start striking areas. Iran's going to retaliate, so we're their friends. So it has to be something swift, you know, like a combination of like tactical nukes and bunker buster bombs on like one day of like intense, like quick, swift.
Well, when you think about it, right? I feel like.
Hang on, what the fuck? I have no idea what the fuck that is. Sorry, what the fuck was that?
Bro, you went crazy robotic for me there for a second. I was gonna say with Iran and America, Israel.
Yeah.
The weird thing is that this war was meant to go happen many months ago, right? And all they done was they nuked one of their so-called nuclear sites with no one in there, right? And then I feel like they might have a deal set. And then there's going to be some sort of America's got to show the world that you don't wreck with them. And they're going to, oh, by the way, yes, we'll do this deal, but we got to hit one of your bases. We got to hit here. Right. And then I don't, that's what I think right now. I mean, I don't know what's your opinions on Israel and America and who runs America and who runs Israel. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. Because I feel like if it does get politically too much, then, you could be looking at a World War III where Russia, China could get involved. But at the same time, I know that Russia's currently trying to get into the new peace treaty with America, whatever it is. They even offered to pay them to get in or some sort of deal to get into Trump's new peace order or I don't know. But we'll see.
Yeah, there could be some kind of deal that has already been pre-planned or whatever, and then we actually get good news Friday as opposed to the start of a thing, right? Is that kind of what you're getting at? Like the deal gets made. That was in June. Yeah, this has been escalating for a while. Yeah, I mean, it could just escalate for even longer. But somebody was doing the numerology. Did you see that, the numerology thing?
No.
There's a numerology of all the strikes we've done. This is so fascinating. I guess there's tons of numerology. Man, there was some interesting numerology about the 20th. Oh, here it is. Is this it? Oh, this is one of them. Yeah. February 20th. So that's why this date pops up. Here it is, man. Let's see if I can get this to get in the middle of the screen here. Can you guys read that, chat? This is World War I started on 28th of July, 1914. The numerology for that is the number 68. Okay. Then World War II started September 1st, 1939, which also adds up to the number 68. The Russia invasion of Ukraine started February 24th, 2022, which adds up to 68. And guess what? Tomorrow, February 20th, 2026, also adds up to 68. So that's also helping to kind of like boost this rumor up. But the thing is, there have been other conflicts that started, we don't know, like, there was, we invaded Iraq, 9/11, Vietnam, I don't know. But it could make sense. Yeah. Markets are acting really weird, for sure. And oil is,
well, here's the thing. Don't you think it'd be priced in?
Well, it depends who knows. Oil, it looks like it's about to get really bullish. Did you notice the oil chart?
No, I haven't looked at anything apart from Hex, and I'm wrecked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Well, oil and the Dixie look like they could get very bullish very quick here, which would be something that would precipitate an invasion, right? Oil is going to spike like crazy. Dixie's going to spike, right? So those are definitely showing bullish signs if you look at oil, right? Chat, you guys, somebody out there certainly was looking at something else besides PulseChain, right? You guys are like, no. Oh, Briz, what's up?
No, I was looking at the Russell. So what's interesting is the Russell.
The Russell?
And the Russell 2000. And let me have a look. Last time I looked was a while ago. It's actually pumping, which is good for ETH. right? It's good for altcoins and Ethereum because that means money's flowing into more riskier stocks. It's actually been pumping for a little while now.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I'm looking. Oh,
no, it's been
you know
pumping
what?
for a while.
My apologies.
You're looking at something else. Fucking.
Oh no. I was. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I was looking at the 5-minute chart. I was like, oh my god, but yeah, it looks good when you look at it on the daily. And usually you see Ethereum follow it. I think it's 3 or 6 months after, historically in the past, right? I think with PulseChain, a lot of people, yeah, we're wrecked right now, right? What we understand is liquidity is low as fuck.
Well,
you know, you're seeing $5 million market cap meme coins with more liquidity than PulseChain.
Yeah, and guys, I did tweet that. You guys remember that, right? Oh, sorry, I gotta move you down, Care.
No worries, bro.
Block. Make this a little smaller. Yeah, this is bullish for sure. It's been bullish for quite some time. No
yeah, it's been just slowly uptrending, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely some different ways to look at it. I mean, it's definitely showing some weakness too, though, for sure. If I start doing something like this, and we could say that, well, we have broken down from that trend line. Now we're on this kind of last one hanging here. I did warn you guys in my Twitter about that. If you scroll down, I said we have other problems right here. On February 11th, I wrote, we have some problems ahead. USDT volume is dropping hard among many other. I probably could have extrapolated for some of you guys who don't understand. Pretty much that means liquidity is vanishing. You guys understand that, right?
Yeah.
So I tweeted that USDT volume is dropping hard among many other red flags. Buckle up. And I put 3 blood drops. What that means is the opposite of when liquidity is going up. Literally, it's being pulled back. It's being like the Fed is literally sucking up a ton of it too. And that's not good, right? Because when things are bullish, USDT, or what do they call it, Circle, Tether, is printing. So they're creating liquidity. They're just pumping it out. And this is the exact opposite that's been happening, okay? And I was actually shocked more people weren't talking about it, because that's all you need to know. Like, the tide is pulling out. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, what's up, Susie?
Yeah.
What's up, Tam?
It's we have low liquidity, right? So, volatility is expected. And even like, for example, you're looking at the PulseChain charts and it looks horrible, looks terrible. But here's the thing, like, even for example, right now, I'm looking in the last hour, the cores have pumped 5%. And I'm not saying that, we're back or anything like that, but I'm just saying all these drops that we're seeing eventually are going to just become wicks, right?
Yeah,
and
right.
this is the most difficult time to get priced out, because people don't realize that, yes, for sure, people are selling.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, when you're looking at the price jump 5% in an hour, and it happens constantly, right? Price might go down 10%, 15%, and all of a sudden you see a 5% spike. That's people buying the dip, right? And eventually, people that are selling here just to think, oh, we're going so much lower. You're hearing all this news. I don't know if you heard in regards to the liquid loans protocol.
No, what happened?
And the 500 billion PLS. So liquid loans protocol, I don't really understand. Liberty Swap made a tweet and CryptoSolve made a tweet about it. In regards to the about the liquid loans protocol going into let me have a look quickly. Okay. There's basically the price of Pulse is going so down that their protocol can get liquidated basically, and it's 500 billion Pulse, and the contract automatically, apparently at first it was the sell pressure. That's 500 billion Pulse worth of sell pressure. Let me check the tweet that CryptoSolve made. Yeah, so Pulse price dropping much further could force liquid loans into recovery mode, a place the ecosystem really doesn't want to be. The TCR, which is the total collateral ratio, is currently at 160%. At 150%, the protocol enters recovery mode. So in 10%, the protocol enters recovery mode. At that point, lots of vaults get liquidated and the PLS is redistributed to the stability pool.
Okay.
This could potentially result in a flood of PLS hitting the market.
Okay.
Either people need to start repaying their vaults, topping them up, or more with more collateral, or PLS price needs to stop going down here. Otherwise, recovery mode is increasingly likely. Yeah,
it doesn't sound good,
but
at all.
No, it don't sound good at first, but then there's a lot of, there was a lot of comments, and I think they even corrected themselves afterwards, saying, for clarity, we're not saying the PLS will hit the market. It's not like the protocol is just going to automatically start selling. Those in the stability pool will determine what happens with the PLS. Consider it more of a redistribution event than anything. But recovery mode is still not ideal for the chain.
Okay. So what's your takeaway from this?
My takeaway from it is right. Like, it could, from what I understand, it doesn't technically need to be sold. I've had someone else tell me in the group that it doesn't need to be sold. Let me find that message. It's just perfect time, right? Like, we're collapsing as like crazy right now, and then now you've got this apparent news that 500 billion pulse could hit the market at sell pressure. I mean, 500 billion pulse hits the market at sell pressure right now. We're going to lose 3 zeros, I think.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is a normal thing that starts happening when you enter the bear market. And that's why a lot of people like to be out of crypto in the bear, because all these kind of unforeseen crazy things start happening that amplify the sell pressure and the bearishness, you know what I mean? And they start coming out of the blue, and this is a great example of that kind of thing that's going to happen. Now, is it going to happen, or is it just like fear porn? And can we verify that this is actually the case, as opposed to, people trying to FUD the market? Because I do want to show you this. Somebody's buying. Like, look, this is on the daily. We'll go look.
Someone's
at the
just bridged in 100K.
Exactly. So, like, look, the price has been plummeting here since, I'm going to show you this, since November. Okay. November, Thanksgiving, okay, when we were all expecting, hopefully, we go into Santa rally. The price has been dumping since then, okay? And if you come down here to the MACD, it's going up. And, it's showing some weakness now again for sure, but I want to show you that also the RSI is singing with it as well, which is moving up, okay? This is, to me, is very positive, okay? This is bullish divergence. It's quite strong bullish divergence, to be totally honest with you. It's been playing out now since November, okay, on the daily. We can go look at the weekly and see if it's singing as well.
I actually learned about it recently.
What?
Is the blue and the green line crossing over?
Well, this is a daily, so it's crossing back and forth multiple times, right?
Okay.
Now it's turning back down. I mean, we can spin this. I generally like to just put it like that, but what I see is the RSI is kind of singing along with it, which is the main thing I'm looking for, this kind of confluence, right? Now, it still looks bad, okay, but these are still positive signs that maybe the bottom is closer than we think. I'm not saying it's not going lower. I'm just saying the bottom could be closer than we realize. And getting these kind of FUD things like what KR was just talking about is very like reminiscent of so many stories we hear before reversals happen, isn't it? Right? That, we're
perfectly timed, bro, right?
Exactly. It's almost too perfectly timed. Like, who released this news, actually? Do you know? You have any backstory on it? Like, how
I think Liberty Swap were the first ones to mention it. Yeah, I think Liberty Swap, but the way they mentioned it was like FUD. 500 billion pulse is about to hit the market sell pressure.
Oh,
that's
dude.
Their tweet, right? And like,
let's go look at that.
You
tweet.
see that, and you're like shitting yourself, right?
That's too much, dude. That's too like on the nose, I think. Let's see how they wrote it. I want to see this. Because somebody was trying to tell me recently, they're like, they might be connected to RH, or they might be something, blah, blah, blah. Here, is this where they posted it? Oh, right there. 500 billion pulse and sell pressure if they liquidate it. It's insane.
And nothing else, right?
That's
you see
it.
that, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
It's too perfect, man. It's too perfect. And I'm telling you, on the chart, I see what I see. I mean, I can go lower. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, there's some indications that maybe the low may not be too far off if it's not already in. Let's look at the weekly too. That is too perfectly timed, huh? Now, obviously, we've got, strength here on the MACD as it's moving up, but as the price of Pulse is going down, which is fine, that's great, okay, that's wonderful, but we really need to see some confluence here with the RSI as well, which we're not really getting. But I can tell you this: the RSI is not showing. It's almost flat. So I think these are actually good signs. It's almost flat. It's not matching. This kind of, if you come from let's say here, this is very strong, like, bearishness. But once again, coming down into a falling wedge. You guys know I called this 0.00013. The reason I did that is because I stopped drawing the line straight, which was a lot of KLs. This was over a year ago. I stopped doing that, and I'd said, hey, I think we're going to end up in a falling wedge. And I think I did this. I don't remember exactly how I was coming up with that math. I think I did something like this that told me. And if you see how steep this is coming down, you see the MACD was not singing along with it. Until now, there's definitely a little bit of weakness now for sure, but the RSI was really not following with it at all. So frankly, we could be coming close to the end. Or if we do get another low, another washout or crash, that might be the low. Like, that might be done, because people are buying. People are accumulating. And there's very low liquidity right now. There's 1.4 million. I don't know. How accurate is that? Is there really only 1?
We can have a look. So there's more wrap pools, right? So if you look at all the wrap pools
for layer 1, I mean, this is very low liquidity. And that's actually that's good though, in the sense that the reversal could be very swift and really catch everybody, leaving people off sides, which is kind of the point. We can look at a few examples of this that have happened in the past.
I'd say there's 2-3 million in total buy side liquidity, because there's like 1 million pool with USDC. That's 500k obviously. There's another 750k pool with USDT. Maybe 2.5 million buy side liquidity in total.
So only about half of that needs to get tapped to like move this chart dramatically, and that could be very done. A few people very easy, man, very easy. So that's
the one thing that people don't realize, right? And I realized this myself not long ago. The more the chart goes down, the more that basically all that means is people are selling.
Yeah.
And them same people, right, that are selling, they could potentially get outpriced. And it's like, you're worrying about, there's so many more holders. Look at the chart. All it's been doing is selling since 4 years ago. Yeah, we've had little artificial pumps and Richard steps in and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, it's just been sell pressure since launch. You look at, for example, Rackham's pool. And at one point, that pool was worth over $600-700 million.
Really?
Now imagine that sell pressure, and now it's around $3-4 million.
Because he sold that much.
Sold a lot. Prices have got so bad as well. The pool is just getting like. For sure, it's still sell pressure, but let's just say hypothetically, 3-4 million.
Yeah.
The charts do a 10x. That's only 30 million. 10x would, I think, get us back to close to all-time highs. And that's 30 mil sell pressure compared to 700 million prior. That's a lot of sell pressure gone, and people just don't realize that the more that we see red is just more sell pressure leaving the charts. And I mean, for sure, like, no one can predict anything. We could go down another 70-90% from here. But if it goes that low, then in my humble opinion, I think there's going to be never a recovery, because people can scoop up supply for insane cheap. I don't think Richard Hart wants people to be scooping insane cheap supply either.
No,
that's a big problem.
Yeah, no, he's can only let it go down so low. We talked about this before. That's negative now there. No, I think we're closer to a bottom than people realize. Look, it says a market cap 77 million. How accurate is that? It can't be that low, can it?
I think that's without the OA.
Okay. So with the OA, 600
it's a bit more.
Maybe. RH is timing the market. Retail is broke. Retail needs to come back in. Yeah, I mean, the problem he runs into, he has to reverse it before the bottom, like kind of the official crypto bottom. But the sell-off was timed really well. So I mean, whether it's him or whoever, they still understand what's going on. I know that he's probably made some bad calls, but overall it seems like, he's got his wits about him. He knows what he's doing. The real sell-off here preceded the move down from the rest of the crypto market. So they're obviously sharp and on top of it. And I would assume that the move up will also front run crypto. Okay. So you won't have time, and it's going to move very fast. None of these lines make any sense to me right now. So, I mean, that's what we got. And you could probably just at this point say like, we just kind of have to make a zone here, man. There's no like right way to do it per se. Maybe it's something like maybe we're underneath this box here.
I mean, how far are we to, like, how many X's is it back to all-time high? Or even sacrifice price?
How many X's to sack is oh my god.
12x.
Yep. Yeah, about 12x, man. What do you think?
Interesting. I mean, there's one interesting thing as well.
Yeah.
If you go on Richard Hart's posts and you're at 95% in his search bar, you'll see that he makes a lot of tweets about 95% drops.
Yeah,
and then you go look at all his cores, and they're down precisely 95% right now from the all-time high, not from launch price, but from all-time high. They're precisely down 95%.
Yo, so how did you come up? How did you figure this out?
Bro, I don't even remember now, bro. I mean, I made a tweet about this like a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago. It was the Amazon. There was one Amazon tweet that he made, and he talks about Amazon. This was in 2023, and he talks about how Amazon dropped 95% before it went on a 600x rally. And then he says something like, sometimes products are just undervalued for what they're meant to be, or something along them lines.
I've heard him say something like that.
And yeah, it was something about the Amazon of
So no, that's good, man, because I mean, that's good. People
copium,
have,
bro.
People have numbers, and that might be an important number for him. I think that he says he's not numbers, but he is, man. He is. So we're at 93. So you think just a couple more percent, huh? Kind of like from SAC. Is that kind of what you might be hitting?
No, not from SAC. I done it from the all-time high, right? Not the launch all-time high, but the...
You want to go from here?
No, not from there. That's launch. Okay. The second one.
Why aren't you taking the first one?
Because it's launch price, right? Like you can't chart from... the reason why I say you can't chart from launch is because it had a lot of volatility.
You're right, bro. We're about 95% from there. From here. Okay? This is some good detective work, man. And you know what this gives us is a little bit of that confluence, because I was just looking at the chart saying, hey, the bottom may be in or pretty closer than you realize. And then now you've got this other clue, this piece of information. So now we're getting some confluence that maybe our theories, there may be a theory here that the bottom either may be in or just about to come in. We may be really close. And so people who are waiting for this much larger drop are going to be sidelined, right? Can we agree on that?
Yeah. Bro, the amount of, like, literally someone just sent me another post and it's crazy. The amount of people that was so bullish and so, like, positive. Richard Hart is the GOAT. They've all turned against him so hard. Everyone's calling him a scammer now. Look, if you go to the right of your page, there's a page called Evil Sack. Go down, scroll down. Look at that evil. I see this literally just before I got on the stream.
He just popped up.
Bro, they're making a documentary about how Richard's a scammer, but they're doing a sacrifice for it.
Have you checked the address for people sacrificing? 510.
I've not checked that. I mean, you could check the address. I've not checked it at all. And then they put out another, a FUD tweet about there's 33 billion hex that's due to be unstaked in the next, I think it's 20 days. But from my understanding, the next staked for 2,000 days, that would be the 08. That wouldn't be anyone else, from my understanding, or Godwell. It's either Godwell or the 08, so I don't think it's anything to worry about. But it's just ironic that you're seeing all this FUD all of a sudden. Wow, the prices are so low and battered. this is the time to buy, guys. The amount of FUD, I mean, yes, like we could go lower, and this is no financial advice, but to me, like it's just all my boxes are pinging, and you're seeing people make long ass paragraphs, bro, about leaving the community who were the most, that would never leave, never get shaken out. It's crazy, bro. How much do they got? Have you checked?
Yeah, he's got two people made donations of 369 pulse and 5,555. So very little, but
you ain't making no documentary with £6, bro.
They're just fucking with him. They're trolling him at this point.
Yeah,
but it could be some people are saying that it's kind of suspicious that all these things popped up. Could be planned FUD. Okay, so let's start at. Oh, you guys can't see. Hang on a second. Oh, that's not the button. Here we go. All right. This is somebody who just checked their fucking charts. This is Shia LaBeouf again. This looks like Briz. Briz looking at his staking ladder right now.
I don't know how Briz is still so bullish, bro. He's like hardcore, like never dying bullish.
Oh, man. Don't look at your hex stakes right now. Yo, okay. We'll start with the king, right? Should we start with the king? Start with the big
one.
Moon King. We'll start there. Because you're talking about all the people that are turning a little bit, right? What's up, Fast? How you doing, man?
Hey, boys. I'm doing good.
Are you?
So you guys are reviewing the grave dancing and stuff like that's going on.
Grave dancing. You want to jump in? Let's go.
Yeah.
Good to see you, man.
I wonder if we ever get a FUD tweet from Fast Abdul.
I think that'd
be a bottom signal.
Bro, do it just for the bottom signal, bro. I was thinking of doing something like that just for a bottom signal.
It crossed my mind too. Like I saw like Dirty Crypto was deleting his account, his Telegram group, and I was like, maybe I should do the same just so people think it's done and then we can move on. But I won't.
Where's that one? I had that one open too. We can go there.
I made a post about him earlier. I said another one bites the dust.
He's pretty big relative to certain communities, but he is one of the bigger influencers for total views and stuff like that. He had a PulseChain badge for a while. He switched it for a PDI badge.
Yeah, we can start there. There was an interesting thing, Dirty Crypto. Yeah, look, man.
Yeah.
If you click on his thing, he's gone.
Oh, what? He fully deleted his account?
He's gone, bro.
Yeah. That's what he said he was gonna do.
Holy, bro! Can you still recover your account if you deleted it?
Yeah, for 30 days.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's like
30 days. Oh, so he might be just doing a psyop and then he comes back like, I'm not going nowhere. PDI is still going to $1.
100%.
Crossed my mind. But like Johnny Chaos does that once every 3 months or something. Gets fed up. Deletes his account. Then he's back.
I did see your post. I had saved somebody's. This big whale guy had posted something interesting about him too.
I like to call him Angry Tattoo Guy.
Angry Tattoo.
Hey, bro, even him. He, I don't know if you see my post earlier about him. He made a tweet like in November saying he's never quitting. And then today he made a tweet saying, "Richard, what the fuck are you doing?" Sorry for my French.
I don't think he is quitting. He's just he just calls everybody out all the time in capitals consistently.
No, but he's never called out Richard. He's calling out Richard now.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's true. He says, this is today. He said, "Told you guys, PDI has nothing to do with Maker. It was impossible, and I know that because I have thorough knowledge of Maker. And this dummy was promoting it like it's Maker. Dirty, you're a effing scumbag. At least you have the decency to say this, so others you tricked know the truth." Now, this is in reference to Dirty's post from 2 days ago where he said, "As you guys can clearly see, I went deep down the Pi rabbit hole. It was intriguing, interesting, and fun. Ultimately, I'm fascinated by the Maker system. I had many questions, and I got a lot of them answered. Long story short, I've come to the conclusion that Pi isn't it. What the fuck's Pi? P-A-I. That's not P-Dai?
I think it's meant to be a stable coin or some crap with like 5. Is it the same one of 5K liquidity?
It's a fork of MakerDAO. So, and this happened quite a while ago. Like, it's just some relatively quiet dev who forked Maker, right? And is running in the background. It has nothing to do with PDI, except for it's like a working version, but like it won't say PDI. Yeah, you could use PDI as collateral.
PulseChain, right? Is it called PulseChain on Deck Screener?
I'm not sure. It's PAI. I haven't done, aside from knowing that it was a MakerDAO fork, which is like pretty, kudos if he does it right, because that's a pretty hard fork. But yeah, it's nothing to do with anything in particular.
Okay, so I thought they were talking about PDI, but
the PDI bros tried to tie it into PDI, right? Be like, look, the Maker contracts are live on PulseChain now. They're working.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
PDI, but it
that's right. I remember.
So, but it was just unrelated, right?
Yeah.
So it's just part of the narrative, and maybe Dirty talked about that, maybe he didn't. They all, maybe Somi did, maybe he didn't. But it's like, it's just another, PDI narrative thing.
Well, Dirty was actually a big shiller of Better Bank. If you guys don't recollect, he was a very big promoter of Better Bank.
This is your post here.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, this was ages ago.
No, yeah. Well,
Better Bank was an Aave fork.
KR said, Dirty Crypto was shilling this platform hard. Now look at what happens. Major exploit wrecking the chain. Better Bank. We need an explanation now. So.
I think they did it twice.
What was it?
Yeah, they did. We had a Twitter space and they jumped on at one point after that post. I think we done a Twitter space and they jumped on and they said they was gonna fix it, and then they realized that the fix, even though I think it was Gigo who told them the fix is impossible basically, and even afterwards the fix that they tried to didn't work. And now actually it's interesting because one of the wallets that are bridging out and selling was the 555 ETH wallet that bridged in, and everyone was like, whoa, and it started buying a lot of PDI.
Yeah.
And it was like, people were thinking it was Richard, or they was trying to, say, oh, it's Richard.
Of course, yeah.
Bridging in money to buy a PDI.
5555 ETH, so you'd think it was Richard, like.
Exactly. But it was like multiple transactions, right? It was like they're bridged in over 1,000 ETH, I think. But the problem is majority, so they bought a lot of PDI with it. But the problem is that majority of it got stuck in the Better Bank protocol. They was one of the biggest users of the Better Bank protocol. So they got absolutely blended in that regard because they never got that money back.
I don't think the Better Bank guys were scammers. It sounds like they just didn't know how to run an Aave fork. Like if you look at like Fiat, which is the main Aave fork on chain, those guys are super cautious, right?
Man,
like you actually can't take a loan against Hex right now because it's full. Like they set limits that are reasonable.
The problem in crypto though, Fast, is that like you can't you have to complicate incompetence with scamming, because there's no way to prove you didn't use incompetence to pull off the scam. That's the problem with crypto.
Fair.
So you literally can't be incompetent, and or you can't use it as an excuse if you were incompetent, because to me it screams I'm just using that as a strategy to scam. But I don't know these guys.
Well, here's the interesting thing, right? There was a lot of red flags, right? And at one point, I think XUSD. So it was interesting that XUSD wanted us, like they come to us and they wanted us to be their sponsors, right, for their space. They said they would do a yearly contract with us.
Really?
They wanted us to, XUSD to sponsor the spaces. And it was weird that they approached us, especially with, from the PDI community. I understand that they thought we was crazy haters. We can't stand it, blah, 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 which wasn't the case at all. So it was interesting that you had, Catty and Surfacing approaching us to become sponsors. And then it was interesting that they come on our space, explained everything. They sold down the PDI chart, completely obliterated it 99%. They was the ones who done it. And then also afterwards, they promised that money that they sold down, the PLS, it's going to be used for validators. That's what they stated on the space. But what they've actually done with it is completely sold it and bridged out. right?
course.
And then also they was the biggest liquidity providers for Better Bank. You know, so I mean, there's been speculations that this big 555 wallet was Catty and surfacing, and because they went through Tornado with the PDI funds as well, which was a bit suspicious. Why are you like, you know, selling it all down and then you're going through Tornado? So you know, people started speculating that 555 ETH wallet could potentially be Catty and surfacing.
So why were they?
And obviously,
able to...
as you know, they was very heavily tied with Better Bank.
Interesting. So, how did they have so much access? Were they just both super geniuses?
What do you mean access?
Well, how were they able to pull off everything they pulled off?
I don't know, bro. I mean, in regards to the whole PDI thing, I don't, unless I see hard, you know, core proof, I don't think that, you know, well, I mean, it is also weird because one of the minters of the PDI at the time actually helped them take over Maker. I think it was, they was flogging and healing the one of the wallets, which was actually helping Catty and surfacing to take over the Maker to be able to basically get all that PDI from the vaults. Which was a bit suspicious, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how were they able to, like, how were they that present at all these important moments?
He must have had at least one real dev. And with AI now, like the bar is much lower, especially if you have a dev who's good at using AI, like they can hammer out stuff pretty fast and unravel some complicated puzzles. And PDI was a complicated puzzle.
Yeah, they just always seemed to be ahead of it, and then they were able to do what they did. And I never thought they were going to do anything they said they were going to do. Like, the fact that they bridged out was like, yeah, that was a likely resolution to that.
Well, as soon as they sold, right, me and Panos had a phone call, and we said, look, bro, like, we can't, like, because we still had like 3-4 months left on, you know, because, you know, we was going to sponsor them for 3-4 months, but we just didn't agree with the fact that they said one thing on our space.
Yeah,
they're using us as kind of a cover up. So we said to them, look, we can't continue this sponsorship due to, you know, your actions, like you saying one thing and then doing a complete another thing. Like, you know, it's like we can't really, you know, we're gonna look like hypocrites if we're still sponsoring you, like if you guys are still sponsoring us and blah blah blah. So we cancelled that, you know, deal completely because we just didn't agree with the way they done things. Even, I mean, you think about it now, I mean, great, they sold at a way higher price, but it's still unethical that you actually took the money of the community and then sold it and pretended it was yours. It's not like that's your money was yours or you've done anything. All you've done was take over Maker and took all that money from the community, right? Like they actually stole that money of the community. They was the reason why the charts, it was Tropa, PDA, and all of them went down 99% in that flash crash.
You guys knew when they were gonna flash crash it?
No, I mean, Giga predicted it on the space because I think at the time we was on the space and Giga predicted it. He said, "Look, once that because I think I don't know what they was doing. I forgot now because it's been so long ago, but they was doing something in regards to PDA, and at the time PDA actually started pumping, and then Richard, I think Giga said, you know, as soon as they take over, expect a 99.9% dip. Whoever takes over, because they thought that the mint would take over." Because I think one of the mints was trying to take over the contract. And I'm not throwing no shade here, and I don't want to throw no shade here, but it's also interesting that there were certain people that were very against taking over the Maker. I think 99 was one of them. He didn't want no one to take over the Maker. He just said, you know, it's Richard Hart. You guys need to leave it as it is, blah, blah, blah. So it was a lot of like the PDAC community at the time. Like there was a lot of different mixed
well, because he was probably smart enough to understand that his narrative would be lost if the contracts got shut down, right? Like you have confirmation that there's no more contracts, there's no code, then your narrative is greatly damaged when it's, you know, all hopium. Oh, it seems to continue anyway. So.
Yeah, but it's like even, bro, when Better Bank got exploited, don't you think it's a bit suspicious that the exploiters sent back a tremendous amount of PDA?
They exploited.
They actually sent them back.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, they sold down like 300K, and then the rest they sent back.
Yeah, why do you think? Do you think that was to just kind of like throw shade into anyone's theory that they were scammers, or what do you think they did that for?
That would be a valid strategy on PulseChain, because there is a tendency to believe that exploits are, really some benevolent figure, just like with the compound exploit we just saw that affected PWBTC. There was a narrative that this guy is going to save the chain, just like the PDONG exploiter was going to save the chain, and all these things are tied together. But then if you actually watch the wallets, they're all just bridging off.
Yeah, they're all bridging out, and you're not seeing that money come in. I mean, it was like as if they didn't want to get caught. They didn't want no one to dig, so they thought the way they throw everyone off is let's send back 80 or 90. I don't know how much it was. 800 million. I don't know. I don't remember how much it was, but it was a big, substantial amount.
It was a decent amount. Yeah.
And and they sent it back. I mean, bro, if you exploit something as a hacker or anything, you ain't sending anything back. You are like, you have zero emotions. You're just selling it all down to zero, and you're taking your money and you're happy. You just made a $3 million for nothing. And so it's like questionable. Like, wait, what? You sent them a message via the blockchain or something, and all of a sudden they're sending it back to you. I mean, it's like they're trying to write a story kind of thing. Like,
it was interesting.
It could have been that they actually wanted Better Bank to keep working, because as far as a way to extract money from something very liquid, it would be a good way, right? So if that could have been their hope. They're like, oh, maybe these guys can fix it, and then we can keep the money train rolling. Because if you could borrow, Pulse against PDI or whatever they had on offer, you'd be able to take something more liquid and sell it. And if you're doing that with big numbers, the math would be good.
Right.
The question is now, where is that PDI that they got sent back?
Oh man,
yeah, it's probably already gone.
Even with the latest exploit, the PWBTC one, the guy still got over $1 million in PWBTC waiting to get sold down. But obviously he ain't going to get nowhere near even 100K, I think, out of it. But it's still and it affects not only PWBTC, it's going to affect PDI extremely, because PDI is the main pair of PWBTC.
People keep buying it back up. So yeah, why would he sell it at once if the community does keep buying it back up, right?
Yeah. Yo, somebody just posted, PulseChain said, have a look at site.py.maker. It's in the chat if you guys need to look at it. But he's saying it has governance now. I don't know. I'm not getting involved. I don't know if that means anything to you guys.
If it's a MakerDAO contract, it would have governance, right? It's just a matter of who holds those tokens to have governance. But literally, it has nothing to do with PDI. It's a fork of the same code that DAI from Ethereum was based on. It doesn't affect the PDI token that people hold, unless it uses it as collateral, which I think it could. But that, it still has nothing to do with a peg or any of those narratives are completely false.
All right. Well, that's Dirty Crypto. He's gone. I guess he'll come back in a few weeks.
Maybe.
How long do you have before it's How long do you have? Oh, speaking of launching coins, we're going to look at the King now in a second. How long do you have before it's permanent? Because if you delete it, you can't retrieve it forever, right? You have to do it within a certain amount of time.
30 days.
Yeah, no idea.
Let's see. You have 30 days, or reactivate or retrieve.
I think it's 30 days, right?
30 days, yeah. So this should be interesting, right? So he's gone. I don't think he was the brightest tool in the shed. I did feel like there was just a lot of making up random shit all the time, but whatever,
I don't think. I think he made up random stuff or just bought into the various narratives, but I think he was sharp enough, on a personal level.
Yeah. Okay.
Just the way he spoke, the things he seemed to understand, versus the things he said, right? Which is what I get more mad at people like that. It's you actually know this doesn't work, but you're going to say it does. But he did provide a lot. He got a lot of eyeballs on PulseChain. I don't think he was all bad. I did not agree with him on many things, but like, yeah, he did serious numbers and he did a lot of content, like, and it wasn't all P dive.
Yeah, no, he was out there bull posting all the time, but then he kind of was all P dive, right, for a while, or it seemed.
Yeah, he grew into being all P dive, kind of like
it was like P dive, teddy bear. But here's the thing, right? He went on Crypto Rand's stream, right? And this is like, you're going outside of the community. Now, here's
the thing,
Crypto
right? A lot got on Crypto Rand?
Oh, I thought you was talking about
Moonking.
B-Roots. Sorry.
Oh, no, we haven't
started
talking
about Dirty.
Yeah, we're still talking about Dirty.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Well, Dirty, here's the thing with Dirty, right? So I actually was
we got nothing.
not friends with him, but we was actually very like talking a lot at one stage. And this was during when the Teddy, Mooney, all of these coins come out. You know, I was digging into them. You know, it was interesting. You know, you got pump tires that are launching. They're adding a lot more liquidity. It was interesting at the time. And he was actually not a bad person, right? Like, we spoke a lot. He wasn't as big as he is now, you know, and he started shilling Teddy most. He was actually a big shiller of Most Wanted prior to P-Day. Very big shiller of Most. He was one of the biggest shillers of Most Wanted. And then all of a sudden, you know, I had his wallets, right? And I knew his wallets because of the transaction that was going. And we're on a small chain. Everyone has everyone's wallets, right? And you could tell, you know, he'll make a certain call, and then you'll see that prior to that call, you know, this exact wallet has just bought $7,000, $8,000 worth of this token. Anyway, he ended up selling all his Most, and then he went into this Mooney ecosystem. Teddy, Mooney, you know, the B-Roots Teddy, right? He was shilling it very hard. A lot of good, you know, tweets and mysteries and rabbit holes, and then the P-Dive thing happened big time. Or I think maybe the P-Dive thing just happened just before, and it was like as if someone paid him. It was like as if Catty and Surfacing, because it was the time when we cancelled the sponsorship with Catty and Surfacing. All of a sudden, he turned into a big P-Dive believer, and I remember us having private conversations. I remember us having private conversations, and he used to say it's absolutely retarded. He said he bought the bottom, he sold it, blah, blah, blah. He made a bit of profit. And he always used to say it's absolutely retarded. Them guys, he used to literally mock Catty and Surfacing.
Really? Well, what would he mock them about? Obviously, they were a pair that were very sharp.
Because there was devilish, or because they was making devilish, like, you know, like the Troper Dev kind of 666. She's a bit emo or gothic or whatever it is, got piercings all over and stuff like that.
Who gives a fuck about that shit?
But anyway, it was interesting. Like, and then all of a sudden, I'm watching his wallet absolutely nuke Teddy. Like, he had like 50 grand in it in total, that ecosystem, and Most as well. He absolutely nuked everything.
Really?
Bridged out and tornado cashed it.
Really?
And that, as soon as that happened, that's when he started shilling P-Dive very, very hard. And he was like, and I feel like he see what Somi do. While the whole, you know, when Richard Hart was doing what he was doing, you see the AMM bot, remove liquidity, dump tokens for Most and pump, all of that drama and fiasco at the time. He see how much attention Somi was getting.
Yeah.
And I think he realized that, you know, this is an opportunity to grow my account.
Yeah.
To grow myself.
He could have been monetized on X. Like, his numbers were, probably 3X mine.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Definitely.
You know, like, I stepped away from it, and you know, I did it in sacrifice of, you know, what, you know, for that. We obviously, so he might have just gone to grow, because that's where all the growth was and all the attention.
Yeah, so I think he done it to, like, I mean, he could have, as I'm not saying his content weren't, like, you know, him not actually doing research and, you know, tinfoil hats on and blah, 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 but it was a bit suspicious the way he done it. And I even stated it in countless groups. I said, how long until he has to sell his P-Dive and he moves away to something else? And here we are now. He's deleted his account. P-Dive is all of a sudden down 20% on a day, and it's been getting. I mean, that 555 guy has been, and it's interesting that he does it at the same time that 555 ETH wallet is selling their P-Dive.
Interesting.
I'm not saying he's the guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he is that wallet at all. But I'm saying he's like trying to kind of have like a story, kind of, you know, people to think about it, or in some sort of way.
Right. Yeah, I don't. He moves funny. Like that's the best way I can explain it. Like man to man, like he just moves wrong for me, and I don't, just something strikes me as off. Is the best way I can say it. Like you just don't move right. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And Fast, you were saying something. You said, "Oh fuck, what you were trying to say something?" And I thought was there a point you were trying to make?
About dirty, or what were we talking about?
Yeah, I guess it would have been maybe about that. I don't know. I didn't.
Oh, I said that. Like I agree that I think people got paid to shill P-Dye.
That's what you were saying. What really?
Yeah.
Who would have paid them?
I think so. Like it just
character?
Because you had people who were relatively intelligent that were on board with it to an unnatural degree, right? And and there was a stage where nobody knew what was going on, and I'd give that a pass. But then when people did know what was going on, it was kind of divided into two camps, like the followers who didn't understand and the leaders who did understand. And then there were also some leaders who probably did not understand. So, and I put Dirty into one of those, he did understand categories.
Okay, gotcha.
So, it implies to me that, maybe he got paid, or, and I think probably some other people did too. And maybe
I think
it was
Decentralized Me got paid. I think Decentralized Me got paid. I mean, ask him where that, he raised money for marketing for P-Dye, and ask him where that money's gone, But it's a bit, you're correct, because from what I remember, so I've been here from, I even bought P-Dye in the beginning. I think it was like $30 for 1 million P-Dye back then. And I only bought it because one of my friends told me to buy it. He told me to buy Maker USD. He said these could have narratives in the future. So just buy a small bag kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. And back then, it was a different, to me personally, it was a different narrative. There was the Maria, the Tropadev narrative, and Maria was the one that was going to peg it. And then all of a sudden, that narrative switched over to Richard Hart is behind it, right? And I even remember being at the Amsterdam conference, and Maria never once said that Richard Hart is behind P-Dye. Not once. He directly stated he's the one who's going to be doing the pegging, this going to happen, this, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, when did Richard Hart get into the conversation, and why did the narrative switch from the Tropadev to Richard Hart?
It was good marketing, but I think probably it became apparent that Richard would not respond. And guys like Decentralized Me, I saw him do it a lot of tweets where he directly addressed Richard. Hey, Richard, when P-Dye pegs, this is going to happen. I'm sure you agree with me, Richard, right?
Right.
And like when it was apparent that Richard would not respond because he was deep in a case with the SEC, right? Like he had many reasons not to respond, and he didn't for a long, long time. And then finally he exploded and sent like 40 tweets about like P-Dye is garbage, which got worked into the narrative as well as being bullish. But I think that was what they're playing on, is Richard won't respond. I can claim to anything short of being Richard. Richard thinks this, Richard wants this, right? And he's not going to respond and say, what the fuck are you talking about? And he still probably won't, right? Like, like mostly it's he neither confirms nor denies things. Or just he doesn't know, right? Like a lot of us are, I'm sure, under his radar.
Right. Art posted this. You guys can read it in the chat. Someone did an expose on Dirty, bringing up the last cycle. He had private chats promoting group ICO projects, and he rugged them for the most part, and he left with the money and disappeared after. If anybody wants to verify that, I don't know. He seems to come and go, though, doesn't he?
Oh, we could go down that rabbit hole. I don't mind.
Oh, you know some stuff?
I don't know.
Okay, let's see. Chat. What do you got on it?
That's new stuff to me.
Famous, you said the research team. What were you referring to? Hey, by the way, there's a link in the Telegram, Famous. St. Wolf Vision. Links are at the top if you want to join. It's a Zoom link, so kind of set it up for you. You don't have to show a picture, whatever you want to do, man. Chat, you guys are like picking favorites. Seems like B-Root sold P-Dye for the PulseChain conference. 1K will get you. Who's this KR guy? Is he black? Are you black?
Yeah, I'm Nigerian. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are on the St. Wolf speech. We'll be talking about the Bitcoin.
He is black, bro. Of course he's black. What the fuck
he could be black.
Hey, I got to refill my wine. I'll be right back in just a second. Let's get this.
What's going on in spaces lately, KR? Have you guys started the prayer groups again, or?
Yeah, we're having therapy sessions, bro. We're having prayer spaces. I mean, yesterday we had a great therapy session. We had people crashing out. You got Pete always crashing out, right? He's a funny character.
That's his thing, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's been going good, bro. I think we're just trying to show up for the community. You know, we was reminiscing, so it was good because Trav was there. There was a few people, and we was reminiscing. Like, I even looked at screenshots. Like, I had a screenshot of a portfolio back in 21, I think it was, or 22, and like, you know, I managed to DCA, and I for 20 grand, I got 100,000 hex, and now like this is e-hex, right? And then I looked at how much is that hex worth now, and it's worth $66. You know, I bought I didn't buy a lot of Hedron, but I bought $700 worth of Hedron. And I looked at how much that price is now of Hedron, and it's 66 cents or 60 cents, something like that. So I'm thinking there, like, if I didn't, you know, meme or degen play, like, you know, make plays on PulseChain, my portfolio would actually be worth right now $60.60.
Nice.
I'd be like Corey right now as well, you know, like, where are you, Richard?
No, like, I don't know. We know that in the past, when Richard calculates the X's, like when he talks about 10,000 X on Hex, like he's not calculating from the launch price. He's calculating from the all-time low. So whatever that is going to be the number that he talks about. You know, I think he's in it for partially the ego. And he wants those, you know, he wants those numbers again. He even said recently, like, people got so, you know, bent out of shape when Hex did 10,000 X in the past. I wonder what they'll do when it does it again. So, and when that happens, your Hedron, your Icosa, all those things that are tied to Hex in both utility and liquidity, they might have a good day too.
Yeah, I mean, everything would have a good day, but it's a thing of, you know, it's an if, right? Like, I mean, at the moment, we don't know what's going to be the next stage. We don't know what. I think it all depends on the general market as well, right? What's the next stop for Bitcoin? Oh, is it bottomed, or is it going to? You know, I'm seeing a lot on the timeline, people calling for 40k Bitcoin, 35k Bitcoin, and you know, I mean, majority. I've seen polls where 40,000 people have voted, and everyone's saying 40k Bitcoin. You know, and I just think always, you know, when majority of people think one thing for certain, we usually go the opposite way, right? Like, we could have we've technically been in the bear market now for what, 4 months in Bitcoin, Ethereum 6 months. It was since August last year. Ethereum topped out basically, and you know, it's only been down since then. You know, could there be a possibility that you have a new the Fed Reserve Chair guy? He's coming in May, I think, the crypto pro Fed. But here's the thing: the market's always front run news like that, right? So could we have a bottom in March, May? I don't know, right? But it's like everyone's just so fixed on this whole. You got Benjamin Cohen; he's so fixated on it's over till October, November. I think he even says later. I'm not sure. Everyone's so fixated on this timing thing, and it's just. And I know the market always humbles people, and it's humbled the most of us, right? It's humbled me right now. I'm sitting here, my all-in kind of thing, and I'm humbled. And I just wonder, these guys will get humbled as well. And it's like, if everyone just could predict what crypto is going to do, everyone would be super rich.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, exactly, man. And I talked a little bit about this before when things were correcting, and I said, you know, if you were BlackRock and Trump or whatever, and you genuinely had plans for a Bitcoin reserve or whatever it is, well, we can start to think about it as like the elites connected to the government, whatever it may be. It's like, when have they done something like this in the past? Well, they certainly did it with gold, where we can look back, and they had a type of, you know, repricing and a forced, you know, retrieval where they like forced people to turn in gold, and then they like repriced it. So in some way, they wanted to shake retail out of, to pretty much, they wanted to get rid of their competition so they could hoard all the asset, right? So if you believe the narrative that the government wants to use something like Bitcoin, whether it's offset debt or just use as a new whatever their plan is, we've heard a lot of theories what they want to do, but if you believe that they want it and that Trump is bullish on it, BlackRock wants to accumulate it, then from past behavior, there's a very strong likelihood they want to get rid of their competition, which means they want you to get rid of your coins. They want your coins. Okay. And that's just I'm not saying that as like a bullish sentiment to I just genuinely, that's how they move. Yeah. So one way to do it is just get you to start selling it and genuinely wait for a much lower price. And they come in and scoop it up with whatever they have planned coming up. And it makes a lot of sense to me, if that's their plan.
What about this big, beautiful bill, the crypto bill? Has there been any news in regards to that?
Yeah, there was pushback on it from the banks, but I think they're just postponing it to get their timing right with whatever else they have planned, right?
Yeah, the banks wanted to totally lock down stable coins. You couldn't make interest on stable coins anywhere and stuff like that, which the crypto side rejected, right? So I think they'll probably come to a conclusion that the banks get paid somehow. They want to be involved, which I think will be bullish overall when it happens. Though I'm sure there'll be some loss of decentralization on some level.
Yeah, for sure. I remember when Richard Hart told Peter Schiff.
They're going to want to control that shit for sure.
He told him gold sucks. So, massive money for those. Yeah, I think they're going to print
this isn't
big time.
New.
Briz is right. They're going to print big time. And I think they've got to keep printing until the 2030s. So I would just assume that everything's going to go up, crypto, everything, without a doubt. A lot of people are saying, looking at the SPX, we can look at that a little later, and saying there could be a deflation. It's I believe it's coming, but I just don't think it's coming anytime soon. And if we've had any, you might have gotten, this might have been all we're going to get. Whatever deflation you saw in eggs in the last year, that might be all you're getting. It may only continue from here to the upside, right? Which is good if you hold assets. All right, Moon King. Moon King is now fully turned, right? I don't know. Is this just marketing or what? He says, I'm going to say it. Richard Hart Wynn is a scammer until proven elsewise. Guilty with PulseChain until proven innocent. Moonchain would do better.
He's been saying stuff like that for a couple months since Richard blocked him.
Travis.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not the first time he's attacked Richard on X, right? He's been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
Which there's kind of a potential upside, right? Because when we have you can scroll through the list of the people supporting him on this, Travis there and Brandon, right? Those guys aren't.
Yeah, well, Brandon's an idiot, bro. I always had respect for him to a certain degree, but he is such a big pleb. And we had him up on the space, I think, the other week. And we was we kind of got to him. And I thought, this guy he said he will stop. And then all of a sudden, a couple of days later, prices dropped 5%. He's back at it again.
He's emotional.
He's emotional. I like him. I find him pleasant. Right, but B-Roots is a whole different level, right? He's an actual eligible, opponent for Richard.
Right.
Not for marketing purposes. So I think he might be playing off to draw attention to PulseChain with him fighting with Richard, even though Richard's not fighting back, by saying stuff like this, right? Because he's still shilling PTGC and things on PulseChain all the time. And he does and he is not emotional like Brandon is, right? He has a plan.
No, I think he's rage baiting and he's doing it his way. I don't think for 1 second that he's abandoned his positions, or because he, like you said, he still shills PTGC, and technically PTGC does rely on PLS, right? In the long term,
hugely.
Everything does, right? But this guy, I have no feelings towards him. I don't care, kind of thing. I don't know. It's weird. He's done it for so long now. It's literally irrelevant. Even it was weird though. The other day he's talking about how his wallet got drained. I think he was.
Oh, that's
and then all of a sudden, yeah, this is him, bro. He lost $1 billion.
He had a bad bridge link and lost some money.
Why do you like him? Why do you like?
He's actually pleasant to speak with.
Oh, okay.
Like I like him to talk to. Like he seems like a dude, just a dude you could hang out with. But like he goes on benders like this because he's emotional, right? So
calling
like,
out Richard
but
Hart
like
for abandoning PulseChain, for effectively abandoning
there we
PulseChain.
Yeah.
And I've been warning people for years that the consequence of Richard's effective abandonment.
I can't hang out with emotional men. Like I can't do it.
He's a I don't want to say it on stream, but yeah, you know.
We've had so many influencers that just disappear, right? Like he was like a legit PulseChain KOL, right? Like for quite a while, not the biggest one or anything, but like certainly bigger than I was for a long time. And then he, and then he switched sides kind of because he's still here. He's still holding, he's still interacting. He's still in PulseChain spaces, right? Like, so it's like, he's just turned tail into as far as like his views and what he tells people. But like we had so many KOLs who just disappeared, right? Who like just stopped being anywhere.
Definitely. He's just been trashing PulseChain nonstop though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he likes it though, bro. He's getting engagement from it, right? Like if he wasn't, he'd be a nobody, right? It's like we have this one guy. I don't know if you know about this guy, or I don't know if you guys know about football, but there's a Manchester United supporter that hasn't cut his hair for over 2 years because Manchester United have not won 5 games in a row. And his hair is massive right now, And the other day, he was actually close to getting his hair cut. Yeah. And then you realize that if he did cut his hair, that's it. His whole Hall of Fame, millions of followers is gone, right? What narrative does he have? It's the same thing with people like this. Like, if he stops, what's he gonna do? Shill something else? Where's that gonna get him?
Yeah,
like there's another add-on here that I think is important that we've seen a pattern in the past. So if we look at Jim Rat Crypto, maybe you guys remember him. He switched teams, started dissing Richard Hart hard, and then launched his own token. Right, so it was like a run-up to launching his own token of like Richard sucks, blah blah blah, and then like come over to Chia Chain and buy the GRC token. And Moon King recently did an announcement that he may launch a token. And Brandon has been talking about stuff too, right? So like that could be the actual reason behind why all these guys are drawing attention away from Richard to themselves with negative content, is so they can, steal the audience.
I saw that.
Like it's a vampire attack.
He says, Beerud said, PulseChain is nothing without Moon King. Anyone that got gains is because of Moon King. I mean, it's kind of a stretch. I don't know. Is it true? What do you guys think? Is PulseChain only exist because of Moon King?
I think the chain is the chain. But I think he's had some good positive input into the chain for sure.
Show. Yeah, I mean he was really
he brings eyeballs, right? Yeah. He's our biggest or has been our biggest committed influencer by the numbers, right? Mm-hmm. Like we've had people come and go, and somebody might have a higher Twitter account that may or may not be bots, but for long-term participants, he's the biggest. So
I think he's the only influencer PulseChain has that has influence on Solana, Ethereum, other chains. I mean, we have a lot of influencers, but majority of influencers are only big in the Hex community. Now, for outreach, it's like you have to question it in regards to outreach, right? Like, they have 17,000, 20, 50,000 followers, but that's all Hex guys. When you're making tweets, you're just going to the same kind of guys, right? You're not making no outreach to the outside. He actually has got outreach, which is beyond PulseChain, right? Because he degems on other chains, and
they still mostly show PulseChain on their show. Like I watch him and Ian sometimes, and not to learn so much, but for entertainment. And like they're 90% talking about PulseChain, but then they hit on Solana, they hit on other stuff, and that's cool. The other guys are, Charlie and Miguel. Like those guys have a pretty big reach too, outside of PulseChain.
I don't think they show PulseChain anymore, bro. Does Miguel still PulseChain anymore, bro?
He'll still talk about it.
Really?
He's not going hard on it, because why would you?
Yeah. I mean, I get it, but ain't it like I always have this thing, right? Like, I mean, for sure, eventually you're going, like, you could be wrong about where the bottom is, right? 100 times. Eventually you're going to be right, and that one time you're right could have a way bigger impact than the 100 times you was wrong, and you can brag that shit to the world.
With that plan, I saw you posting you were posting daily.
Oh,
today
bro, I
is
gave
the
up on that 27 days in, bro.
I noticed you quit. Yeah, you stopped.
I need to start again, bro. You know what it is, bro? It's like, oh
Yeah.
my God, I don't even want to post this.
You're gonna be right one of these days. Just delete the old ones.
I know. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna carry it on. I think I'm gonna carry it on. I need to. What day are we in? Oh, it's like 19th of I need to calculate how many days I've missed.
Wait, where is it?
One day you'll be able to be like, I told you guys today was the day to buy.
Yeah, so he says within 364 days, Moon King will release a coin. No expectations. So I guess it'll be a sacrifice.
There we go.
So basically, I can talk about this.
Please.
On the space, I don't know if you guys were on the space, but the other day, basically, Pete's a character. Pete's basically saying he's got the best meme coin in the world, blah, blah, blah. It's better than PTGC, blah, blah, blah. His coin's at 100K market cap with 10K liquidity, by the way, for your information.
That's awesome.
And like he's so convicted that his token is going to be better than PTGC, than any coin that Moon King. He's basically saying, Moon King, you fell off. I'm here now. I'm him. Blah blah blah. So then they said, okay, let's have a bet. And he said, I bet you that your token will not do nowhere near the amount of X's if my token will do. I think it's by August this year, August, I think. I think it's in the next year or something. And then Moon King basically said, he would launch a token, and if Pete's token is higher market cap than Moon King's token within the year of the bet, then basically Pete basically works for Moon King. But if it's the other way around, then Moon King's got to give Pete an airdrop of PTGC or something like that. Something along them lines. Yeah. So that's basically
Sounds
what
like,
that whole...
Pete maybe wins either way.
Well, here's the thing, right? Pete's token's at 100K. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, it gets to 1 mil market cap. He shot himself in the foot, because let's just say it gets to 1 mil and it stabilizes there and it sits at 1 mil market cap. And then Moon King launches a token, but he launches a token 6 hours before the final hour of the bet. His token technically can end that day at a way higher market cap than Pete's token, even if it's at 1 mil, right?
You can manipulate all those things very easily if you understand how the numbers work. And like, I have no doubts that B-Roots has deep enough bags to make it be whatever he wants it to be. So I would not have taken that bet.
HB wants me to ask you, KR, what you like about Yoink Chat?
He's trolling.
Is he shilling? What the fuck's that? I don't know what the fuck.
Nah, he's my friend.
Okay.
Yoink was it was like a wallet tracker, bridge, tracker, everything. And then I think they made a free one instead or something like that. I don't know. Instead of having it as a token with it, they made a free one called Bandox, where you can see like all of Richard Hart's activities, all the Tornado wallets, every basically influencers wallets, what they're doing, who's selling, Inc 304 or Inc 54, the top 54 biggest holder of Inc is selling Inc right now. It's just basically like trackers and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
But
That's
when
cool.
times are like this, you don't want to be looking at that, bro.
Famous, how many accounts do you have? He's like guy's like commenting.
Yeah, I've got more cool.
More calls than our age.
I'm still on this chain, bro.
It's down 90%. So Aptos has been going down, and this guy's saying, I don't follow, it's just some random on my For You page. He says, I repeat, do not under any circumstances buy altcoins this cycle. These things do not have a bottom. If you still have some sell, it won't get better. It doesn't matter that Aptos or Arbitrum, blah, 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 blah. Every organic rally sold off. The only thing that momentarily stops the selling is the occasional short squeeze, but it doesn't break the downtrend. Selling will continue until zero. He says, I chose the Aptos chart specifically because it has been in a downtrend for years, but recently the selling accelerated even more, broke down the downtrend, go down faster, mega bears, down 90%, and he thinks it's going to go down another 90%. Now, I just read this one because this was a project that, had a big pump this cycle, and it was kind of like marketed, people called it Craptos, whatever, but, it did some X's, did great, right? Truth be told. And it's been in a downtrend. Now he's saying not to buy it. when you see this chart, now I don't know anything about this project. I really don't. If it's coming back or what is it, but it looks like the wick's been filled, and the downtrend could be ending on it. I mean, I need to see some more information about it, but maybe, are these kind
Is it at the level of the wick?
Yeah. It's filled that whole wick. I mean, I don't know why I'd be saying it's going to go down another 90% now at this point. Who is this person? Yeah, just some dude with so are these kind of bottom signals we're getting, just trying to get like some sentiment. What's a fucking monkey? What's this? Okay. Bitcoin rainbow price indicator.
Oh, wow. I ain't seen that chart in a while. That looks terrible right now. We didn't even get to green.
We didn't get to green. But it kind of matches.
I meant yellow, sorry.
It kind of matches the arc. I always thought this rainbow chart was drawn really shitty, and I really don't like rainbow charts because I always do this dumb shit. But if you actually draw this parabola, it looks like it's pretty accurate, to be honest. You know what I mean? Or the S.
Well, you see, like every cycle, it gets kind of. I mean, you see, obviously, a cycle after cycle, it kind of lower and lower.
Yeah.
But did you expect it to go that lower? Like, if you look at, for example, look how much difference there is between like the first two cycles, and then there's not a lot of difference between like the third cycle, and then the fourth cycle you see a bit of a drastic one, and then on this one it's like cut in half kind of thing. Like, oh damn, you thought you had a little mountain, but you ain't even having a mountain, bro. You're having a hill.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. What the fuck? All right.
But I also remember, in the beginning of this cycle, towards the end of the last cycle, everyone was anti-Solana, hardcore.
Yeah.
Right? Like, every influencer was telling everyone, stay away from Solana.
Yep.
It was at $6, and it was the most flooded coin in crypto, I think. Right? And you see what Solana done. Even before Bitcoin went to an all-time high, you see what Solana done. What the fuck is that?
It's weird.
But yeah, so, I mean, I'm not saying we could have the same story, but, there's possibilities.
No, for sure. There's something to be said about that. I'm going to save this fucking answer. It's weird. There's hardly any crypto news on my For You page, which is weird. My For You page usually has a ton. Well, maybe because I was watching too many of these getting smacked in the face videos of that guy.
Oh, that's my bags right now, just getting swung around the place like. That's my portfolio right.
Watch this flip. This kid's just embarrassing.
He's not had a good start, has he?
Man, but he's doing well in terms of the attention market, right? He just knows how to get
100%.
attention. For all the wrong reasons, but he's getting attention.
I don't think I'd try to get attention that way.
Oh man. Let's see. What's this guy saying? This guy's an idiot. What's this? That looks like fun, actually. Taxes. IRS says she owes $52. What the fuck is this shit? What is this? What's going on here? He drove 15 custom luxury cars out of his burning dealership. What? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, there's hardly any daddy wick, cry fagging. I'm bullish and buying more. I think he's smart, man. I'll be honest. I mean, think about it. Do you guys really think now is a time to sell? Is now a time to panic?
I think now's the best time to be buying, bro. I mean, when you think about it, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, let's just say at one point, right, you sacked 100K and you got a billion PLS, whatever it is. I don't know what. I think it is 100K PLS for a billion PLS at sack price, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. You can get that same position. You can double up your position right now for 1/10 of that. For 10K, it's like 8K right now. Or 9K, I don't know. But you could get literally the same position that you had. Well, you could double up your position for $9,000 instead of having a $100,000 position.
Bro,
now, if it goes back to that all-time high,
who has $9,000?
$9,000, bro. $9,000. 9K, bro, for something you sacked 100K for right now. Now, if it goes back to sack, you just doubled your I mean, you've 10x'd your position, right? But you have now doubled the amount of tokens and 10x the value of them tokens as well. Like, you would be laughing. And here's the one thing. Everyone talks about selling the bottoms. And the one thing that I notice a lot is you always get the, I should have bought that dip. I should have bought that dip. And you get that a lot, right? And then people don't buy the dip, and then people cope after. Now, we could go lower, right? It all depends on the, Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think there is some sort of correlation. But, I think DCAing here is not a bad idea.
We're waiting for our season.
I've DCA'd here. A lot of, I DCA'd here the last week, a substantial. I'm down on that DCA, but it's okay, I'll get another DCA ready if we go down another 30%. But I know one thing for sure is that we ain't going to stay down these prices for forever. I could go down 40% on my recent DCAs. And then I'm still going to, 3 to 6 months, I'll potentially be up on them DCAs. But if I'm starting to think emotionally and I'm starting to think, I should sell here and then buy cheaper, you might not get that opportunity.
Yeah. Remember,
people don't understand with all this sadness how quickly it could turn around.
Yeah.
Particularly with our liquidity positions being so very low.
Yeah.
Right. Like the amount of money actually required to pump PulseChain back to sack price type thing is not very much in crypto terms.
Look, imagine this. Imagine we start bottoming it out, because I had the theory that we might have been in a bear market since the end of 2024. Okay, I know that's a bit of a contentious point, but if you look at euphoria, altcoins, it's a possibility that could have been and plus Trump, your president, released a fucking meme coin, I think December or January, right? So I could almost consider that as a top signal, and that might have, even though we did make another high, of course, a year later at 126, but that might have been just a regular correction, because sentiment was shit. We were already in a bear practically, right? Now, technically, the bear started October 2025. But what if it did start in January or December, a year earlier than people thought? That means we could be wrapping up.
Well, bro, that's a great point you're saying there. Right. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you go look at where Ethereum topped out. Go look at where Solana topped out. You do realize Solana topped out over a year ago.
Exactly.
And it's been in a downtrend for over a year now.
Yeah.
And it's like, we can't predict anything. And here's the thing, right? People are talking about, I think we've kind of moved away. The whole, I wouldn't say the 4-year cycle is broken, but I will say the whole, the halvening, I think that to a certain degree has been broken. When we hit all-time highs prior to the halvening, I think now Bitcoin, it depends on is liquidity. And right now, obviously, we all see this, right? The liquidity is thin all over crypto, not just PulseChain, but, Bitcoin's got very thin liquidity right now. Hence why it's so volatile right now. The liquidity is not there right now. And we're waiting for them liquidity injections. And I think that's what is the next, push is going to be the liquidity injections, the money printers. And that's when Bitcoin will start correlating. But maybe I'm wrong, right? And maybe the whole 4-year cycle thing is still a thing.
I think it's still a thing.
But it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have any proof that that's smashed yet. Still a theory. So let's say if we take 350 days from high to a bottom. If you measure out from this high, that would put this one at about September to go up. What if we run it from here? Are we already almost there? We're literally about there. This is about 370 days. Maybe the bottom's coming in. Maybe it's in, which was kind of something I drew on here for you guys to show you guys what that might look like, where you still get a lot of chop. I mean, look, so far we're tracking kind of right where I drew, but you stay in this zone. Doesn't even have to go as high as 85, and I'm not even sure we're going to get a rally that strong yet. But you literally come over after a period of time. I don't know what that's going to be because I don't remember the timeline. I drew this sketch for you guys, right? So this could be compressed, right? But the point is that we chop in this range, making another low, but it's a higher low, as you see here. Everyone's still waiting for the next big capitulation of 50K or 45K, but really we just end up making higher lows until we move out. And that's also me taking into the fact that I think that I could consider this date here, January 2025, as the top. For all the reasons we just talked about, that's when everything topped, euphoria was there, president launched a meme coin, blah blah blah, and then you literally just had an irregular like ABC, right? Which was, instead of the next one being lower, it was higher. But these things can happen in markets, right? We're not going to know until hindsight if that's the case, right? But
it's the trouble.
Yeah, we don't know. We're speculating. But think about this. RH seems, or whoever the market maker, or whoever's doing PulseChain, or maybe the big whales are that smart. Somebody knew to sell off early, right? And it seemed to be front running the market. Okay, even big whales kind of exited, or both our big whales released kind of a project at the end. Rackham released a coin, and then also Firewhale released one too. Well timed, literally right before the general crypto market was going to fall apart. So people are smart. There are people who seem to have a good pulse on what's happening, right? So if you extrapolate that further, you would think that, well, we could start pumping before everything else. And if everything's gone to shit, and Rand Nooner has officially quit crypto, right? He just announced, right? He's quitting crypto or something like that. You guys saw that, right? Now, obviously, it's a little dramatic, but he quit, whatever. We have influencers on our chain quitting, etc. Richard Hart starting to pump this at a weird time. Not weird, but maybe sooner than you would think, would bring all eyes on PulseChain. Like literally like that.
Oh, here's another interesting thing. If you go, so I know you're a TA guy. There was times on the PLS chart. You're not TA guy, but you know your stuff, right? You're knowledgeable in this aspect. Yeah. If you look on there's a Head and Shoulders that was 100. Like I don't know where it is, but there was a Head and Shoulders printed on Pulse PLS, and everyone thought it was going down. I think it's when he started pumping it. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's somewhere around there. I don't know what time frame it is. Maybe what time frame is that you're looking at currently?
This is
that daily?
On the weekly chart though, and
weekly. I think it's on a daily potentially. There was a Head and Shoulders printed on PLS.
There's been a lot.
One of my friends showed me.
There's been a lot.
And every time the Head and Shoulders printed, everyone's like, okay, we're going down. Richard Hart intervened and surprised everyone and we actually went up. Okay. Right? Even though like the Head and Shoulders, you're meant to go down after Head and Shoulders.
So you have one.
So it's like there's games being played.
Yeah, there's games. And here's one here. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
And you had a reversal, but obviously you had strong. I mean, it's an uptrend. It's a very strong uptrend. It can be, I mean, it's a probabilities issue. Here's one here that played out though, went down. I think.
Yeah, that one did play out. To be fair,
I was expecting, I think, a pump here, or more of a pump, right? Instead, we got this W down here, and it just was very weak, and then it's fallen apart since then.
I think you're right about your hypothesis, though, Wolf, that if Richard comes back when Rand Nooner, and half of the PulseChain influencers have disappeared, and like all the big crypto influencers are saying sell, and he's the only guy that comes back and says buy, he could draw a major audience. And I think we're probably waiting on events, right? Like there's still an Interpol red notice, though half of it's gone, which is pretty major news to me. When the other half of it's gone, like I think that's the biggest piece of information we should be watching for, right? Like the day that Interpol no longer lists Richard Hart is probably the day where we start getting like live Richard, really shilling stuff again.
Yeah. I mean, do you think the tax thing is going to go away? I mean,
think about like an assault charge went away. And that's a criminal charge. Like the tax charge, or aggravated tax fraud charge. Like that's a criminal charge too, but it's about money. And if there's one thing we know about him, it's that he has money. So he probably could have solved that already. He didn't solve it for a reason, probably to reduce the amount of money or. Something like that, or to let it be part of a FUD cycle, right? For X period of time so that he can, he can get his 10,000X.
Yeah.
So like, I bet you there's a date on the calendar. This is the day that Interpol, settles for $2 million and the notice comes down, right?
Yeah.
I just don't have the date on my calendar.
Yeah. Look, time is your friend and your enemy. And when certain things are in motion, certain things need to play out psychologically, it's just the way it is. It's why at some point when we got to a place in the chart, I was willing to draw on the screen like, hey guys, we're going here. You know what I mean? And because it's the way it is. So just on the case of what you're saying, Richard delayed it because he knew that this is in favor of the bear position right now. Because you have to be bearish for longer than people realize, or go lower. You don't have to go for time. You could actually just go volatility. You don't need both, but you could go lower than people expect. But on the flip side of that, you go much higher than people expect, and you milk the bull. You milk the bull. You milk the bear. I mean, this is the way it is.
Well, here's another thing, right? I always think about this. Now I know it's a bit retarded, right? And this is coming from me as well. And people, they say, Richard, he's done all of this. It's a scam. Yeah. It's been a scam. He's been selling down the chain, blah, blah, blah. Here's my question. If he is selling down the chain, and if it is a scam, wouldn't you want to prolong it as far as possible, right?
Yeah.
Like you could sell as much as you could, right? And here's my one question I always ask people. Why did he turn off the inflation to ink? Because if it was a scam, he wouldn't need to turn off the inflation to ink, because that wasn't, number one, even his liquidity. That was liquidity providers. And people say, yeah, but the ink sell pressure, blah, blah, blah. The ink sell pressure doesn't amount to the amount of sell pressure we're seeing currently right now with the ink inflation. We're seeing 10 times more.
He doesn't have any ink tokens.
It's a really good point, man.
Like other tokens, the OA has a huge bag. The OA doesn't have a huge bag of ink because the ink token count on day one was 0. There was no 80% OA allocation like there was effectively from the sacrifices for Pulse and PulseX. So he's absolutely motivated, if he was a scammer, to have ink inflation as high as possible, have as many people giving him
providing
liquidity as possible.
That's a great
and
point.
He's doing the opposite.
Yeah, it's a great point.
Exactly. And also your chart wouldn't look as terrible, right? Like, I mean, yeah, it would be in a downtrend, but it looked like something like Aptos that you showed, right? It wouldn't look like within the last 6 months we've just gone down 70% or 80%, whatever it is.
There'd be a bigger liquidity cushion to absorb those sells.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you wouldn't have the big dips. But the reason realistically that you'd want to have low liquidity is so that big dips could happen. So you could get here's all-time low to calculate excess from. And so that pumping it, like if you were injecting capital, would be much easier, right? Like multiple times easier because those ink farms aren't viable.
Yeah.
And you see, it's the same thing with Hex, right? To a certain degree. Like someone put in the chat, I think Hex too, right? Like he dropped the APR of Hex from 40% to 4%. And it's also like, why would you do that if you was genuinely looking to scam the community? You wouldn't. You'd let people keep staking. You'd let people, as like the protocol runs, right? Like there is no middleman. There's no turning off. The protocol does what the contract does, what it's meant to do. And that's simply, you stake your Hex. But why would he turn it down in regards to, staking a large amount that cuts down everyone else's percentage?
Well,
why would you do that if you was trying to extract off the community?
Well, we have an answer for that.
Agreed.
Crypto Famous says, I don't agree with you. He needed to cut the extractable funds. That's your reason. So he is a scammer.
He needed to cut the extractable funds.
Is that what he got?
He's talking about like PDI and various other things going on.
Yeah, but here's the thing. At the time, PDI wasn't even a thing in regards to the whole minting thing. That wasn't the time of PDI, number one. And number two, the ink sell pressure doesn't amount to the amount of sell pressure we're seeing since that cut. Since inflation went down, we are seeing way more sell pressure. And we're not actually seeing more sell pressure. We're seeing more volatility on the charts in regards to going down because there's less liquidity. There's like 10, 20 times less liquidity right now than what it was back then.
And if he was extracting, I can't see how that would benefit him at all, right? I could see how there'd be different reasons he'd do it for the community, but not because he was extracting.
Now, guys, also, I did say retarded. This is
You did
retarded
open.
hypothesis. I was very open. Like, don't start killing me in the comments.
Speaking of comments, guys, smash the like button. Be respectful. We got almost 2 hours here, and all the links are at the top, by the way, at St. Wolfville Telegram. And then, of course, if you guys want to join the channel, you get our TA videos weekly, and you can make any requests on the charts and all that. And I have a decent track record, so it's worth checking out. It's only like the cost of a cup of coffee and a bagel or something. But if you want the real alpha, go to Mr. St. Wolf. Write this anywhere. When we get bullish, that's where I'm going to drop it first. So Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. That's where you want to go. Crypto says, where's the link? What link are you talking about? For the show?
He's looking for the Zoom link.
Isn't it in the Telegram?
I'm not sure. I didn't get it there. Let's see.
Somebody said, I think it put it in there.
I just sent it to you, Famous, on X.
He's not benefiting from lower yield, Acid Thunder. Well, who's benefiting the most from the lower yield? Who's benefiting the most? If anyone.
Nobody right now. There's no particular benefit to the lower yield. It results in lower liquidity, right? So it's like it's only a future-looking move. Like there's zero immediate benefit to lowering the, I guess ink holders would be the one that would benefit.
Okay, so he's pretty much saying by doing that he's pretty much stopped other people from wanting to stake. He pretty much wrecked other entrants coming in.
Oh, sorry. In regards to Hex,
I'm assuming.
Yeah, in regards to Hex, the lower yield means less sell pressure. Right, so he did it to reduce sell pressure because there's a batch of like OG hexagons who were doing like rolling 1 month to 3 month stakes. So they'd stake their principal for 1 month and then sell any of the gains at the end of the month and then restake the principal. So there's this very consistent, predictable sell pressure with these guys doing 1 to 3 month stakes and then selling it it's selling the gain, like the mining rewards every single time. So he took away that opportunity. It no longer makes sense to stake Hex for 1 month. By the numbers, right? Not that you shouldn't. There's no huge downside on PulseChain with low fees, but like it makes better sense to stake Hex longer, in my opinion. Not financial advice. So he took away that opportunity.
So he did like you could say, right? Like he did do it to protect the chain, but it's a double-edged sword, right? Like because you're protecting the chain by stopping the sell pressure. But then now you have actual sell pressure of people's, sacrifices. You got the biggest whale selling, and it's like, it's a double-edged sword. So it's like you're helping, but at the same time, your chart is just insanely more volatile, insanely more. Well, I mean, the whole crypto space is in a downtrend right now, right? And obviously, PulseChain will be as well. But PulseChain's getting like, would we be getting hit this hard, in you guys' opinions, if the ink inflation and the Hex yield percentage stayed the same?
It added sell pressure because some people saw it as negative, but I think it adds different sell pressure because there was consistent guaranteed sell pressure with the inflation being high. That is basically gone. Period of time where things aren't looking good and you're not bringing in a new audience. It's just the old audience, right? So like it presents an opportunity where the true believers who want to stake long term maybe will do better, and the people who are staking short term won't do as well. But if you're not expecting any new people to come in during the period of time where inflation is very low, then there's not a huge loss. And the OA has the tools to both reverse that and, in fact, give a reward to current stakers because he can emergency end stake the massive stakes he did that changed those numbers.
Crazy.
It's true. It's very true.
Very little loss, right? Because
it's very true, actually. Well, like I said, guys, this was a retarded hypothesis. And right now, anything to keep me holding my bags and buying DCA because I know eventually I'll get rewarded from it.
That's good, man. Yeah, you sound really positive. Famous, what's up? You're in the room.
What's up, mic check? What's up, everyone?
Mic check.
How's everyone?
Yeah.
I just got rid of this guy 40 minutes ago, and now he's here. Oh, fuck's sake! What's going on, famous brother?
Yeah, how are you? I came to bug you, KR.
Welcome to the show.
I know you did, bro. I know you did. But guess what? I've got a space to hop on in 20 minutes, so you can't bug me for long.
Hey,
no, it's perfect, man. I'll talk to Saint then. It gives me more time.
Are you gonna grace us with a picture at least? Oh, wait a minute. Fuck, I gotta hit this button.
I tried to put the. I don't know how to do that shit.
What do you mean, bro? How old are you? It's 2026.
Like the picture. Bro, where does it give me the option? It says it gives me like
press the. Wow. Or you can turn your camera on.
This is that corporate stuff. I haven't done this in years, man. Where's the profile?
Sometimes I run into this problem with
it's because I'm running it through the web page. That's why I have no like account. I didn't sign in with nothing, so I don't know where it would give me the option to like make a profile or something or participate.
Hey KR, are you black?
Yeah.
That was the best.
I am Nigerian. Hey, Richard Hart just tweeted.
All right, let's go look.
Yeah.
Richard Hart.
This is an interesting tweet actually. It's in regards to Provex. It's vital that you go to provex.info and inspect the leaderboard. A random check discovered an XRP address that was credited more than it should have been. And if a random check finds an error, there's likely more errors. If you don't verify that every single sack is legit and credited right, then fairness is less likely to exist upon the token launch. I think there's only 7,500 to check, and checking is more important towards at the top of the leaderboard than the bottom value-wise. Probably the place where the most errors might be found are in the non-EVM things. Or you could also not inspect, but fairness is cool and not worth working for. If you don't want to post where you find here, there is a one-to-one simplex chat link on @provex.com if you click the question mark. So it's interesting. He's talking about, Provex. It's like as if, Provex's time is sooner than we think kind of thing. Like check you guys, like they're doing stuff with it kind of thing. They're checking leaderboards. They just found an error. Why are they checking the leaderboard? Because they've obviously, maybe they're getting ready for distribution. I don't know, right? But just an interesting tweet. And I think also, correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, yeah, let's not talk about this. This is just me getting happy. I just see 140k get bridged in, and I'm like, oh my god, we're back, boys. But
140k bridged in to PulseChain. That's actually huge.
Literally 2 minutes to go.
Wow.
Bridged in what format? Like what?
In USD 70k in USDC and 40 ETH.
Okay.
Yeah. That's good.
And then you also had
now I need to look at these because these are just bots. I mean, this is like the Telegram bot channel, but they could be, what's his name, the guy that always bridges in and bridges out, the ARB guy, what's his name, famous, you'd know.
Oh, right. I know what you're talking about. I never put a name. Yeah, the guy who's arbing stable.
No, he's not. He's not active on his main wallets on Plus.
No, not Jared. This is someone else, bro. I forgot his name though. I used to hate seeing like 300k bridged in. I'm thinking yes, and then I look and it's this guy, and I'm like but I forgot his name. I don't know how I forgot his name. Wow.
It's still good to see that kind of ARB happening on PulseChain. I think we're going to see a lot more of that when Provex goes live. There's going to be, many ARB opportunities, and that traffic on the chain is not a bad thing. It's all burning PulseX, like probably every single transaction. If it's burning Provex as well, because there's ARB there, then that could be huge.
Interesting.
Did you guys hear about the condom shortage at the Olympics?
Oh my god, I heard about that. To be fair, that is hilarious, bro.
Why? What are they doing?
You didn't hear about this, Fast?
No.
So apparently, they burned through 10,000 condoms in 3 days in the Olympic Village. In 3 fucking days, they had to order like crates of condoms. They're just burning through them. One long weekend.
They are in Italy.
Oh, man.
They are in Italy. You know what I mean? So people literally go to Italy for like one thing only. Eat then fuck. So
What was it like the
I should be on the tourism board, bro.
people in general, or was it the athletes that were burning through?
Well, the Olympic Village is the athletes, right? So
okay,
yeah, you got all these athletes. They're all jacked up at their like highest performance. You know, all their testosterone's cranked, everything, and then look, you know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, I could see the motivation. So next time I'm in the Olympics, I'm going to bring a crate of condoms.
Okay, listen, this is a real interview.
Sell them.
This isn't a real fucking interview. It's awesome.
And you can't evict. I've spent every night in the village. It's been everything and more, and you can't evict me. I don't think there's anything not to enjoy. I haven't even gotten to compete yet, and I feel like my experience is already complete. Not complete, but just I'm having the best time. I've spent every night in the village.
How do you I mean, it's fucking real, dude. They went through 10,000 condoms. Look at her. She's glowing, bro.
Oh man.
Must be nuts over there. They were having like black market resellers. They were selling condoms for $10 a piece.
Nice.
The short.
Yeah, you catch somebody at the right moment when they really want one, and yeah, you could sell it for $10.
Yeah, of course.
You know, not to be not funny about it, but Italy is having a reproduction problem, so that could be the reason. You know, like the stock is not accustomed to having that many people having, like, you know, active at those times. I'm not like, I don't even want to be funny about it, but it is an issue, right? Like Italy has seen a massive decline.
Italy's an old country. There's lots of
exactly.
old people.
There's a lot of immigrants, right? Like it was a very successful immigrating country. You know, you hear about Brazil, Argentina, America, Canada.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, you know, Italy is probably one of the successful immigrant stories. You know, but it worked, you know, and a lot of people. So, and now they're seeing a problem with all the old people that are still there and they're dying, right? So maybe there's no young people. And now, you know, the condom companies were like, yeah, focus all the condoms to Germany, man. We need them there. They're always in a shortage.
Dude, 10,000
you know?
is a lot, bro. That's a lot.
How many boxes?
How many athletes were there?
Think about it. How many boxes?
I don't blame them.
Not much.
I don't blame them. I would have gone through quite a few boxes myself. Damn.
What is it, like 12 for a box? Like it's
Yeah, you hear that with Logan's wife there. Yeah, literally. Yeah, that's not Logan. That's Jake's wife.
Jake's, yeah. Yeah, she's beautiful.
That's
very
Paul's
talented.
wife,
Yeah.
Jake's.
God,
she's a good athlete.
I got to get into the Olympic Village next Olympics, bro. That was fucking time.
It's probably something like the dorms at a university.
Nah, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Then it would be popping all the time. I'm telling you, it's because they've never seen so many young people all there at once. I'm telling you.
Dude, that's.
I've never lived in a university dorm, but I've slept in them quite a few times. It's a good place to go.
That's 3,333 a day. Good God.
Like my experience competing, bro.
She went through 1,000.
It's already complete. Not complete, but just I'm having a bad. I've spent every night in the village. It's been everything and more, and you can't evict me.
It's the you can't evict me. That puts me on 2,000.
Yo, on this day 3 years ago, a user staked $500 of Hex. The initial stake is worth now 32 cents. Not $32, 32 cents, bro. He earned $18.92 in yield. Wow. That's crazy.
Well, there is ways.
He got copies on
bro.
On both
you're
chains.
You're trolling us right now. This guy's pissed. John Moss. I don't know. You guys can look him up. I'm guessing it's legit. Maybe it's not true. Maybe he's trolling, right? I don't know. Somebody needs to fact check this.
Well, I mean, I see some hard screenshots yesterday, bro.
You got to think about it. 55 cents. Some people did it. A lot of people did it at 55 cents.
Yeah.
55 cents. How many zeros are now next to it? So.
There's more staking at higher prices, and we'll see that again. Like when the price goes up, like let's say we had 10-cent Hex, there'd be more staking at 10 cents than there is at 2 zeros and a 1 cent, which is what we're looking at right now.
You know what I find interesting with all of this?
Hex is a better
the
Bitcoin.
thing that I find interesting. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So what I find interesting is how everyone is mad at Richard, but no one is taking self-accountability. No one forced you to press them buttons. You pressed them buttons and you bought at that time. I bought Hex at 30 cents. If I never done anything with my life, if I didn't fix up in any way and, trade and blah, 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 I'd be wrecked as well right now. But that's my own fault. I can't blame someone else. Like, he didn't force you and have a gun to your head and make you buy a Hex at that price.
No, it's
you done it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't shitpost about it because I did it, I did it.
I agree with you guys, but I have empathy for the people who are feeling it right now. Like they came
I do have empathy, bro.
At, bullish things, right? Like they looked at bullish things and they saw something bullish was going to happen, and it hasn't happened yet.
Guys, I don't see.
Well, here's the thing: what do you do about it, bro? As a human, what do you do about it? Do you go and cry about it, or do you go and do something about it? Do you go find another income? Do you try and make it in another way? Do you try doing something else? Right? Like, life isn't just a straight and narrow, right? Like, road to the upside. It comes with bumps. And, we as humans need to adapt to survive. And this is just the same scenario. I don't think, I do feel sorry for a lot of people in the community, especially people that have put hard work and effort into shilling, doing things, streaming, this, that. But it's also a thing of, the majority, I'm not seeing them cry fag. The guys that I do feel sorry for, I'm not seeing them cry fagging and putting up bearish posts and, calling Richard the scammer. They're down. They've made posts that they're down.
That's the best. This guy's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of people just disappear, right? That's normal too. But I appreciate the people who don't disappear, but give their comments, because that's what gives you the pulse of the community, how people are actually feeling. Like the ones who are silent, you can't really read their position or what they're planning or how they're feeling. So when you do have a vocal minority, it is of some use in predicting the future.
I think a bottom's close, man. I think a bottom's pretty close. They refuse to acknowledge the truth. Wait, is this in my notifications? Oh, okay, what's going on? Guys,
bro, what
chat.
Truth?
What do you say? They refuse to acknowledge the truth. Chat, I don't see this Trump speech. I tried looking it up. You guys are fucking... Post some links. I built it. Why do you think it cannot recover? Oh. They refuse to acknowledge
that. That's just like a FUD account, right?
Yeah, they're the accounts I don't feel sorry for.
Yeah, but I just asked for give me your level. Like, why do you think it's like the end of the world? I mean, I don't know. Tell me, because I would tell you if it was like dead. I would be like, yo, this is bad. I just don't see it right now. It actually looks like a lot of.
How much did ADA go down before it done 100x?
Ave?
No, ADA. Cardano. Didn't that not go down 99% before it done 100x?
Not quite that much, but we can go look at it. Let's go look at it, man. Okay. Oops. So. Okay. So, yeah, I remember this. This is when I was buying ADA. I remember this. All right. I don't know. Is this the right chart? Did it start earlier than 2018? It went down.
I think that's the right chart.
91%, 92%. But let me see for how long was it down. I mean, you can say from the high till it started a parabolic run. It was 973 days, guys. 970.
That's 3 years, bro. 3 years of downtrend.
Yeah.
Before it done anything.
Yeah, and get a nice round of bottom. I was buying between 6 and 14 cents. I remember all this shit. I got in. I started getting in around here, which is nice. And yeah, we've talked about some of these like that. Yeah, that's pretty serious. People sat through all this. They were selling this right here.
Look at Ton, bro. Ton's even worse, I think.
Ton? Is it?
Tron. Sorry, Tron.
Oh, that's right. Because I brought up there was what is it? Axis Alive. I had just tweeted about it. So let me show you that really quick. Shout out to Axis. Have a look at that. So Axis had tweeted that Tron had dumped 98% ish something, and it did it over 800 days. Because Brandon, our famous Brandon we just talked about, he was responding to him. So Brandon said, is there an example of a chart that went down this far for that long that went in to recover? I can think of an example. Now, so he put Tron. So Brandon definitely doesn't watch my show because we've nonstop been covering examples of charts that have done this. Famously, we did XRP a number of times. We just did ADA. Okay, you see a nice, beautiful rounded bottom. This was pretty. This was calm compared to a lot of other ones. You know, if we go look at, let's go to Tron first, and we'll go to XRP. So there's a ton of examples of these. That's why when people panic, I write like, "Why are you freaking out? Like, tell me what you're seeing that I'm not seeing," because to me it looks like other crypto charts I've seen before so far. You know, when it starts behaving outside of the spectrum of, you know, shit that happens, then I'll panic. So are we talking about this first clip down? Yeah, he is talking about that first clip down. So, fuck, dude.
Damn, bro. How much, like, if you go from that wick, how down is that, bro?
So the lowest low was 98.3% down, bro.
Crazy, bro.
These people were, this is pain, right? This is very painful because you might have bought
Max
somewhere
pain.
in here.
Yeah.
And so let's see how long well, it never recovered to that high, did it? Oh, it did. Yeah, that's what the point he's making. Okay.
Yeah, it went higher, bro.
Okay. So let's go from this wick. If you bought in that wick and then it totally fell apart and you didn't get out, I would say before it started making its next like impulsive run was 1,130 days. What's he charting here? He said 800 days. So wherever you want to pull from, I think he's doing that from the bottom wick. So that's from to that bottom low at 800 days. And then it slowly started making this general uptrend for another 300 days. So, dude, that's what's 4 fucking years? Almost 4 years. Okay. And then it goes on to do this. You guys understand? That's why I asked the question, like when the guy's like, oh, the chart's falling apart. I'm like, where? Tell me where. What are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Because I've been pretty honest. Like when it comes to charts, it's hard for me to fuck around. Like I just call what I see. I don't see any issues yet with the PulseChain chart. Believe it or not, I know it looks like shit to you guys. I just don't see any big issues with it yet. Nothing's like causing me to go like, fuck, I got to get out of here. Like, you know what I mean? I probably have more issues.
Especially when you compare the liquidity, bro. Especially when you look at the liquidity. And you got to understand, these things here had a lot more liquidity than PulseChain. A lot more. And they still went down 97%. You know, so you got to expect volatility. You got to expect downside. You know, you just had $1 billion sacrifice. What do you think that's going to do? You think everyone's just going to be able to make a 10,000x and we're all going to be rich? It don't work like that, sadly. For every winner, you need 100 losers. And that's how it is.
Damn, that's
whether people like it or not. For every one winner, you need 100 losers.
Don't tell him that, KR. That's heavy, bro.
I know I'm gonna get called a scammer. He's just said it on the.
So we're at we're at about just over 1,000 days, guys. So we haven't actually paid our dues yet, if you think about it. Like TRX had it bad, or ADA, and I've shown you guys XRP, but we'll go look at it again. XRP is a famous one because it did a 1,000 fucking X, okay? And how many times have I shown you guys this chart? Like people sat forever, dude. Look at this run right here. They sat in that. And why? Well, because it went and did this, man. Not everyone can be part of this, right? That's what Kara was saying. Not everyone can get this fucking mountain. And, you know, we've mapped this out before. Same thing. It was like, I think it was 1,200 days, right? Something insane. So this chart is the most it could be like the most similar to ours. Okay, according to this, we're about right here. We've fallen out of this wedge, and we're kind of at here. And XRP did still all this and had a crash, even lower before it went and did it at 1,000x. Okay, so to the bottom, if you bought in that wick, bro, you were down on XRP 95.2%. Okay. So it went down. I did legs again today, so I'm kind of like at the edge of my thing right now. I've been doing legs again lately a lot. So fucking over 95% drop, okay? And let's look at the time. So from this, you know, high before the impulsive or to the low, let's just go to the big crash. It's 1,148 days, but you still had to wait 1,200 days before the impulsive move began. And we're at 1,000. We're at 1,000. Okay. And was it worth it? I mean, you tell me, was it worth it? Could you have held for this? Look at this move XRP went did. That's why XRP is so famous. Could PulseChain do?
No, nobody's holding through all of that, you know? Like, it would have washed out so many.
Yeah, and that's the point of it. Like, think about, and we've broken the psychology of this XRP chart on a few streams already. Okay, we've spent hours on this one because I've walked you guys through how painful these moves are, you know? Because look, this is what we're looking at now. Like, look, this is what we're looking at right now, right here. Look. So all these people freaking out. That's why I just ask them straight questions. Like, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Because I stare at charts all fucking day. And when I see this chart, it looks like the XRP chart. A little bit. It's not exactly the same. There's some similarities, all right? And if you're here in this, back in 2015, this was brutal, man. Because crypto was still, like, where they didn't know what was going to fucking happen, right? Like, I think Ethereum hadn't even been invented yet, or Ethereum was just coming out. Like, now we have more confidence that crypto will be here tomorrow. But in 2015, they didn't have that confidence. Think about it.
Nope.
Okay? So now you're sitting here in XRP in a fucking 90% drawdown, and you're like, dude, you must be pulling out your fucking hair. Like, you're losing your fucking mind. Everyone's telling you crypto's going to be gone tomorrow. Bitcoin's going to be gone tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah, there's the Epstein stuff in there.
And
but you know what? That's a catalyst. And you know, in science, a catalyst actually, like, it just changes the whole reaction one way or another, and you could see that with that.
Yeah.
Also, back then, you know, psychology was way different than now. Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of similarities. I think our chart resembles exactly the TVL, right? It's actually scary when you take the TVL. Like, you used to have it on DeFi Llama, where you're actually able to contrast the TVL with the price. And I remember back in the day, I would complain about how if we don't continue with the TVL, if our focus is not TVL on the chain, right? Because, okay, we're not bringing stuff to the other side, so we could create a solid base of, like, liquidity. So, like, that, you know, they're the most profitable thing in crypto can happen, which is arbitrage, but the good arbitrage, not the bad arbitrage, the good one, right? The one that keeps a dollar. It's you know, that's the profitability of buying and selling. If it's profitable for someone to sell, they'll sell. If it's profitable for someone to buy, they'll buy. But I think as a community, we focus too much on different things, and it's harder as a community when there's no cabal, right? Like, Richard can only do so much, and I always said at the beginning of Hex, and you can go back, a lot of people know this, I always said I hope Richard does nothing, because you need 2 years of people to understand what it takes to get to that point of no return, which is, okay, now this product that we have actually is useful. We actually have people that use it every day. It's not about convincing people now it's about, okay, do we have the security, and do we have the scalability, do we have, you know, all the problems that Ethereum faces now, which is, I don't think Ethereum faces the problem, or Binance doesn't face the problem of how do we get more clients, we need more users, we need to onboard. That's the problem of everybody that forgets about, you know, the core things. Us is TVL. I think we have everything else. We have the community, you know, we have products, we have builders, but we just don't have a TVL. And I can not believe that whole TVL since the beginning is us. I don't believe that. It has to be the big boy himself. It's just, there's too many wallets that, like, even nowadays, who has $1 million on chain of liquid value? There's not many wallets. There's one wallet, and that guy bridged in since the beginning and hasn't touched it. It's like 900 or 600.
Are you talking about stables or, like, other assets,
like
on
valuable, like the TVL, right? Like TVL, not assets of, like, cores. I'm talking about, like, the value, right? Like, the reason why I always emphasize on this is, how do you expect to convince the other people, the ones that you want to bring this stuff? How do you convince them from the most important part, which is security, right? You have to have a TVL that someone says, oh, this is interesting, let me go put my money there. If we have such a low TVL, I think it's done on purpose. I think Richard's absence is kind of done on purpose. Is it because he wanted to? No, I think it's strategized. The guy, you know, and I'm talking real right now, you know, I don't think Richard's a scammer. I think he has, I think Richard has a plan and he wants to get the glory, but what he wants, right?
Yeah.
Egoistically, and he wants to win. And I don't think I don't think he's doing the left, left, right, right, R2 like a GTA code. He doesn't want to win by codes. He wants to win by doing it the right way, which is righteously, like as if like I'm the best, like I'm him. You know what I mean? And I just,
If
to
he
me,
wanted a
everything
high
that he's
TVL,
done.
he could have moved the sack bags on chain, and we could have
Well,
had
he gave
a
us
huge TVL at any given time.
He gave us the high TVL. Like at the beginning, everything was fucking amazing. Like if you remember, like I remember I was wow, this is incredible. What is happening? Like what do you mean? I thought Ink was gonna go $50 max because it was gonna do like pancake, but it went higher. So to me, it was like whoa, And to your comments before, the reason why I came on the stream was because of Ink, right? The reason why is because I asked Richard how he felt about Ink. And I think I got a real answer. I don't think I got I'm going to take away, because he wouldn't have answered me if he wanted to just ignore the question. He actually answered me and gave me an answer, and it's on Spaces, it's on YouTube. So I'm not really capping about what he said, right? But what I understood from what he said is I don't like it. I have to give it to you, but I don't like it. But I'm going to make it profitable enough for you to understand that yes, you want it because for you think it's profit, but it's the cost of benevolency in order for you to have the best product. Because I see PulseChain as Ethereum. I love it because it's Ethereum, but it has things that Ethereum doesn't have, and it gives me the power to do things I don't have on Ethereum, regardless of my bag size, right? Because the cost is way different, and these are things that are going to eventually. Richard has said this multiple times. Yeah, he said cheaper transactions, but he's also said, think about the development when people want to, try PulseChain and work on PulseChain. It costs so much less. So for me, the bullish case right now is it's getting even cheaper to build. It's getting even cheaper to be, to run the chain yourself, to understand, to learn, to take, to try, put liquidity, do this, do that, maybe build some stuff with, the AIs and et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of positive from this negative, but I think as a community, we have to come together and become more accountable for our actions. I don't think we've done a good job altogether to portray the best of PulseChain. We didn't adapt properly to the market. I'll say, altogether, as the times went by, we should have had, we did so well. Like I'll be honest, like I remember when we went toe to toe with Bitcoiners, went toe to toe with people from different chains, and then at one point it just stopped. And I call it the vampiring era, where the goal was to vampire, right? In a very calm fashion, right? Where it was like, no, we're bringing everything to PulseChain. But then we stopped because it was like the NFL player that made the NFL, but his goal wasn't to win, the trophy, the Super Bowl. It was to get in the NFL, and then he stuck. And it's like this syndrome that a lot of these players get. And it's kind of like us. We wanted to do was get the pulse, and then once we got the pulse, it was like, what do we do? What mistakes do we not go and do that the other chains did? But enough said. Now what can we do? Now we're at a point of no return. So if we don't get liquidity, who's going to put it? Richard? Like that's the solution. I don't think that's the glory of Richard's tales, man. I can't believe it.
Well, I think when price breaks certain levels, liquidity will show back up, right? It'll come.
Oh man, back to 40. If we had 40 million. Anyway, so we had liquidity before, and we were doing better than other chains with no TVL, and it was just the TVL had to grow, or else it's just the number of opportunity stops.
Yeah.
The more TVL you have on the chain, the more
Yeah.
opportunity there is. So you just have to figure out to get that TVL. You don't want people to just come with free coins, right? Like that was a big issue too. I found was, why are we focusing on getting people to just use the free coins? We should get them to not use the free coins. We should take the free coins and make them pair it on Ethereum. And I had this case, right, which I think is a solution that no one wants to try, but I think the whales should know that we want it is, give us the price on Ethereum. Give us the opportunity to say, hey, you're on Ethereum, you want to keep the Ethereum security, you don't want a bridge, well, buy Pulse on Ethereum. It's liquid enough. It has a good liquidity. You could buy Hex. Hex right now is P Hex or E Hex. You don't have the availability to buy on Ethereum. I don't know why we don't.
Chat, you guys got to clean up. You got to clean up your act. Here's Kier Noifi. What are the three of us? We're retards. That's it. Famous is
Damn, bro.
What are you saying? What are you saying to us, man?
Well, we're 4, so maybe.
Well, he's saying
famous is famous is have you guys ever watched Good Doctor? You know about Good Doctor, the autistic doctor that's a brilliant surgeon.
Oh no,
okay. No, it's called Good Doctor.
The little kid.
Oh, I read it out.
I'm a surgeon.
Yeah,
I'm a surgeon. That guy.
Yeah.
That's famous. So he's intelligent. He's a very smart guy. He just has a hard way of communicating. And that's that.
I'm not nice about it. I haven't been corporate in a long
yeah.
time, so excuse my professionalism. But
so he has a disability.
But you know what, famous? I'll give it to you. You done it very well just now, bro. You ain't calling no one a retard. You're not screaming. You done it very well. I'm proud of you, bro.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I think I'm doing good. Well, it's, with all due respect, I'm coming. He's invited me. I'm not gonna shit in his house. You know what I mean? So that would be the worst thing ever. I already feel bad when I go to someone's house and I say, "Yeah, can I use your bathroom?" It's the worst thing you could ask. It's like I'd rather ask for a beer. But listen, I think the market, like BTC and ETH, is the slingshot we need, right? I remember Richard said, I hope it is. So many times Richard gives like these little smart remarks that are so truthful because he actually means it, because he can't help himself and his ego to say it. So those are the most important things you need to listen. The things that you hear him breathe and then he says something. No, you have to hear like the stuff that just comes out because he can't keep it in. And that's the most useful part of Richard, in my opinion, because he gives you that's gold, right? And Richard's always mentioned that like the slingshot, it's like you have to look at like how ETH got its values off of Bitcoin. How did Hex get its value off of ETH? It's a slingshot effect, and Pulse, it could happen to Pulse. Why? Because it is dominantly, in my opinion, tied to Ethereum, and it could eventually have this slingshot effect that how do you get back to sack price or higher? Well, it's that slingshot effect brings you right back. That's that 10, right? I believe Ethereum is going to be one day in the trillions of market cap. So, whatever.
Yeah. I agree, man. I think they're really shaking people out, And look, so
you have to be the bonus too. That's something we don't talk about a lot. I know we do talk about it, but we don't emphasize like what's a reasonable outcome for per year on your coins. I think 100% a year is a very good saying. Like, here, I'll give you, because he gave us a 2.5, right? So now he gave us more, but with that 2.5, I think it's reasonable to have a 3-4 year. It's like, what did you get? Like, I remember in Polkadot when we did our vesting period, we had a vesting period you chose and you got, so much if you did the 2 or the 4 year. So he kind of like said, I'm giving you no choice. Here's your vesting period. And if you look at the chart, well, it's like unlocks, look at it. It's like immediate unlock, then it's a vesting period, immediate unlock, then it's a vesting period. And then now we're about to enter, when's the next vesting period going to unlock? And I think that's going to be when if he does, or someone does, is pump our bags. Which I don't think is going to be called pumping our bags. It's going to be a supply shock. It's going to be a supply shock. So people are going to want. What I think it is. It's not going to be like we got people to buy our bags. It's no. There's network effect. Hit that 90%, and then 90% of the users, and there's only so much available on the market. There's only 1 billion to share between everyone, and then that's when our millions of Pulse become valuable, just like Ethereum. There's no such thing as 100,000 Ethereum in a pool right now. So I don't know how people buy on chain like Richard did 100,000. It takes a lot of. That takes precise.
Those big buys happen off chain. They got their own cabals. Those guys.
You know what I mean? But that's middleman. So in order for you to do it in complete freedom like everyone else, because I think it doesn't happen because it's not provided. You go on V3, V4, you don't get that opportunity. You're just gonna be a pawn to the queen of arbitrage. So, I think it's interesting how Richard does what he does, how he does it, the people he's connected to that help him do it. But I think Richard, unfortunately, has gone through a lot of misfortune, which in a lot of people, the way people look at misfortune is probably a lot of good fortune coming. I don't think, I think I have a lot to say about the devs, but I don't think the devs are doing the best job they could do. Maybe that's on purpose. I hope it's on purpose. But if not, then, that's another thing that Richard unfortunately has to deal with is incompetent people that made mistakes, because we're all human. So
I think some stuff's on purpose. Like, look at the recent revamp to the PulseChain and PulseX websites, right? They went from like basic, like, not good to like, oh, this is actually pretty decent. They still have room to improve. And like, I think those things are timing. And even if you look at the tech itself, like PulseX is like a fork of Pancake Swap. Like, it's not that advanced, but it could have a lot of things added to it that haven't happened, like limit orders. But like, I think that will come when it's time. So I think it's like intentional delay, intentional level of crappiness until it's time. It's all timing.
Yeah, 100%.
I spent every night in the village. It's been everything and more, and you can't evict me. I don't think there's anything not to enjoy. I haven't even gotten to compete yet, and I feel like my experience is already complete. Not complete, but just I'm having the best time. I've spent every night.
What is happening in this village, bro? What is going on in there? This is crazy.
To enjoy. I haven't even gotten to compete yet, and I feel like my experience is already complete. Not complete, but just I'm having the best time.
That's amazing. What's going on?
That's a meme, bro.
So famous. I don't know if you missed it. I think you were coming on. They burned through 10,000 condoms in the 3 days.
I thought you heard.
Okay.
I thought you heard my opinion. I'm like, it's Italy.
I'm
telling you. So, yo, man, those guys probably were like, yo, fresh meat. Let's get it. Because there's like I said, there was a problem, right? There's a problem with birth rates, so people are not like producing in Italy because there's nobody to produce.
No, I don't think Italians are in there. I think it's I don't know. Maybe they are actually. I don't know who's in the Olympic Village. Is it just the athletes or I don't know?
Well, it's the whole world, no?
Everyone, bro.
Oh, she just means
not everyone,
area.
but
it's a buffet if you have types, man. It's the buffet of type.
We should have gone.
You got every type in the world.
It's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'm in Europe. I'm chilling. I'm in Europe. I'm chilling.
Are you?
It's like this every day.
What
man.
part of Europe are you in?
Yeah. I'm in the west in Portugal.
Oh, okay.
I'm like an hour from. Yeah, Spain is beautiful, man.
Nice. Yeah, you got nice weather out there. I'm on the other side. I'm in Czechia.
Where?
Czechia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Is there snow where you're at?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Not today, but it was snowing a few days ago. Yeah. A lot of snow.
Interesting. Oh, so you're on my time. Sure, you're like what, 2 hours ahead right now?
CET.
Maybe?
I don't
it's
know.
like 1.
Maybe 1, maybe 2.
It's 1.
Oh,
it's
right now it's 12 after midnight.
You're 1 hour ahead.
1 hour, yeah. That sounds right.
Interesting.
Deerslayer says 10,000 condoms is not a lot for 4,000 people in 3 days.
Yeah. When you think about it,
that means everybody has to be fucking. Yeah, I guess it's not that much.
There's only like 3,000 athletes. It's basically like 1 per.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. This is not that much.
Yeah, it's not that much actually.
Could they have had a shortage in swimming caps and had to use them as swimming caps?
Really?
Is there a possibility of that? I'm just asking. I don't know. Could there be a possibility they're using condom as swimming caps?
Or the Italians, or the Italian workers stole them, and they're like, "Yo, man, I got free condoms for the next year." Fuck.
Is the Olympics in Italy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So they might have gotten stolen because the guy's like, "Yo, I could sell these things. I could keep them for me, save me money." Italians think like that. Where is it in Torino? It's in Torino.
I don't know. Where is it?
Should be in Torino, no?
3,000 people in their 20s, peak physical shape. It's on like Donkey Kong. Yeah. I don't know where it is. Chat, where's the Olympics? Just use Syrian rap. What? Saran wrap?
I don't know.
The fuck?
Syrian rap.
Syrian. Yeah, look how XRP came out of this wedge, you know, and
Isn't that what he wrote? Oh no, he wrote Saran. Oh shit,
he didn't write Syrian rap, bro. I was just fucking around.
I thought it.
So
it's like small. I can read it.
Imagine you were here, just to like walk through the psychology, and as you see, because probably we're going to see more bombastic tweets over the next few days. More people are going to leave the ecosystem. Guarantee you're going to hear talks about class action lawsuits with probably Brandon and a few of these guys or whatever. I don't know what they're going to be up to. So listen, you know, tell them, like, put some sense into them. Send them the XRP chart. This is 1,200 days of brutality. people were hurting because remember 2015, nobody knew crypto would be around tomorrow. Nobody. Okay, it was like literally a few years into this crypto game. So if you were holding a bag that's down 90%, you couldn't sleep, man. You know, we're still confident that it's going to come back, but imagine in 2015, right? So when it came out of this wedge, it dumped even more. Now, this is probably when people are losing their minds for sure. Just like now, just like we've come out of this, you know, falling wedge and we're just going lower. We're now coming lower, which I've talked about, that we could just come. You don't have to go vertical when you come out of here. Like, yeah, could XRP have gone vertical out of here when it came out? Sure, it could have, but it didn't. It went sideways now for another fucking, I think it was 200 days when we checked, when it popped out of here. Another 500 days. It came out of this pennant, dude, or this wedge, and it went for another 500, over a year and a half. So who the hell was holding here? People held, man. People held, and probably every move up, you asked yourself, should I sell? Because think about it, if you draw a trend line coming back to the front, it popped its head above here multiple times. People were psychologically just being destroyed. And was it manipulated? There might have been some market making going on, knowing that this was shaking everybody out. Because the people behind it probably knew they were about to market the hell out of it, or they had some plan, because then it went to do a 1,000x, right? 100,000% move. And even after you held for 1,200 days, look what came, a crash. Look at this crash right here in XRP, where you just now held and you finally were thinking, okay, maybe it's over. And then now it dipped, it crashes another 60%. Dude, psychologically, just imagine, look at this crash right here. You guys see that, right? Stop. What the fuck are you doing? You see this, right? This crash right here? Some of my markers like shit.
Man, that guy's kicking himself.
Yeah, so imagine you held now for 1,200 days and you just sat through that fucking crash. A lot of people...
Imagine if you didn't and you sold just before the big pump, bro.
And a lot of people did. I guarantee you people sold. Because that's why this is a selling wick. And then some people bought back up. It went a little lower, and then wham, look at that. Vertical. Full vertical, dude.
God candles, bro.
Non-stop. And you know people
Big
sold
God
that crash.
candles.
And imagine you held for 1,200 days, it crashed, and you were like, fuck it, I can't take anymore. You sold, and then a month later it goes vertical like that. That's crazy, man. So look at this. And this is what makes fame. People today are still obsessed with XRP because of this 1,000x move. Everyone's waiting for the next time it does this, right? And look where we are in history. Now, you're not going to know how this is going to play out till hindsight, right? But one day, this might look just like this. Okay, and I have a blue line here going vertical. Maybe I should make it green. Okay, let's make it green so it's more clear. You guys see it's green. Okay, just like this XRP. Look at this. You can't even see it, dude. You can't even see this. But remember, this was no different than where we are now for the people that were there in 2015. It was devastating. They were feeling like the world was ending around them, right? Like just sitting there with a bag 90-something% down in an industry called crypto that you didn't even know was going to be around, that everyone was saying it's just fucking for scammers. The government's going to shut it down any day now. And you're sitting there at a 90-something% loss for year after year after year. It's brutal, right? But they held. Some people held. Not everybody. That's why I was able to go vertical, right? Sell pressure was out. And, dude, was this worth it? If PulseChain does this, is it worth it for you? Look at that. You can't even see.
100%, bro.
This is people's lives. I guarantee you somebody committed suicide here. I guarantee you they did.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's sad, but it's true.
It's true. It's true. I guarantee you. And that's what this is going to look like one day. I promise you. It's going to be this little, tiny little thing. But you'll remember that we were here and it was awful. It was gut-wrenching. You'll remember how bad it was. But one day it'll be like that. And then you'll say, like, I held and I made this vertical move up. I got those God candles. Because there's no liquidity. And if you miss these moves, they're hard to buy back in. They're hard psychologically to buy into. They're just hard because the price is moving so fast. There's a lot of reasons, right? So, I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm just showing you guys, we looked at TRX, looking at this. This is normal. That's why when people print that shit on Twitter, I'm like, hey, give me proof. Where's your levels? What do you see that's an issue? Because this looks possibly normal. A lot of famous cryptos have done similar things like this, right? So we're not in some uncharted territory, if that makes sense. We've seen these patterns before. That's all I'm saying. How big was XRP?
One of the people buying back in will be the ones who sold out too.
So much lower, man.
Wait.
Like I understand the point, but the market cap was so much lower.
The market cap was lower on XRP. Is that what you're saying back then?
Yeah, 100%.
What do you think it was in that accumulation area? Do we know? What do you think the market cap was here?
It wasn't in the billions, that's for sure.
Well, we're not in the billions, dude. We're at like 70 million market cap right now on Pulse.
No, we're in the billions.
Wait, can that be right? Oh, you're counting the OA tokens.
You're including the OA that's never going to sell the famous.
I think it matters.
Tell me why. Tell me why it matters. It's kind of an important point, actually. Why do you think it matters? How big was XRP?
Because they're not burnt.
True. Okay.
And if you, hi, I made scan.PulseChain.box, and I'm the only person. Well, Ave is the only person that gave people the opportunity to see the actual top holders, and the top holders are basically flakes. I don't know how many wallets that hold like more than 1% each. So
it's 46, by the way. There's 46 holders that hold 1% or more of PulseChain.
We have the list. The list. So, yeah, people aren't gonna like that when they have access to that because someone actually makes the Etherscan version and shows all the real numbers.
Okay.
You know, Ethereum's.
Okay, so what percentage of those do you think are RH?
They have to be all of them.
Most of them, right? But you're saying outsiders won't realize that, and they'll think, "Oh, that's distribution sucks." Is that kind of what you're saying?
I hope they won't realize it, but unfortunately, they have no choice but to know it is him. They're gonna know it's him. They're gonna put it in AI. They're gonna put it in Grok, who is the OA, and I think it's inevitable, but.
It's not a new problem though. Like that Hex on Ethereum had that same issue, right? It's partly why we've been gatekept so much is because of the OA account. So like I think that's something that's probably not going to change, and we have to continue to overcome. And like the sell story on that is like, oh, that's the OA, effectively the founder, and he never. As long as that remains true.
Let me give you a non-biased situation that is almost the same thing, right? And where I was not happy about this because I'll give you an example with 9mm, right? When we started when 9mm started, to be honest with you, I would say, because what I calculated, 97% of the token was our communities, the Tangangs, right? So the Tangang supported the 9MM team so much that we ended up having 97% of the available tokens that were out in circulation. How are you supposed to onboard an investor and promise the percentage or whatever, however, and you only give him so much to buy, right? So if someone were to come in and say, I love PulseChain, I want a piece of it, how are you going to convince them that they can only buy 0.4%? You're going to say, yeah, but the other 90%, we don't have access to it.
You don't have to.
You need your own ranking website that gives the information in a PulseChain format. Like, here's the market cap, not including the OA. Like, oh no, don't look at coin market cap. Look at the PulseChain version that gives you all the information, and it would explain what the OA is, what the OA has done in the past, right? Like you need to sell that story of what the OA is.
I think the intelligent people in crypto that have the money will figure it out for themselves.
Sure, they will.
It's all public, right? It's all public. If someone in our community actually did make a very good tool or something in order for people to get more information on the OA so they can understand its benevolence, so they can understand its position, so they can understand the examples of what we say. I agree with you. One day we could use it as a benefit to market, but right now we need to focus on how do we attack someone who doesn't like it, because I'll tell you on my end how I see it with people from the outside. They don't like that. And how do you explain it? How do we explain it without sounding like we're talking about fairies? Fairy dust.
You might be overthinking it too much, to be honest. Once you have an uptrend that happens like this, a bullish uptrend, sure, there's going to be people that are going to be irritated by these points, and fine, they're fair points, to have contentions about. But the truth is, once this euphoria happens and people are bullish, the green candles are what invite you in, because the gains are gains, man, regardless of OA or not, or what the tokenomics are. If there's gains to be had and a euphoric pump happens and people can identify that in the volume, etc., that's all it's going to take to bring people in. Now, will they eventually become long-term believers or not? No, I don't know. But yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but does that mean that the OA is gonna have to sell its coins? Because that's what happened in that chart.
Where, the XRP one here?
That whole 1,000% is the reason why they got in trouble, right? Because the XRP, the ledger, the XRP Foundation, sold all the coins.
Yeah,
and they made the price. So that's my problem, right? Because we're not going to sell. We don't have the funds necessary. If we're talking honestly, who in this community is willing to put up those funds in order to create that parabolic effect? We're relying on the current liquidity, and that current liquidity cannot suffice for a whole community of thousands and thousands of people willing to get 10, 20, 30x. It's not enough. We need more. We need more big heavy hitters that are saying, okay, I'm going to absorb it. I'm going to give it. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to take the lower. Like, it's funny because every time a chart goes up like that, someone has to take the 1x, the 2x, the 3x, the 4x, the 5x. There has to be someone that sells that. You know what I mean? That sells at that price in order to allow someone to buy it. So I don't look at it as like, okay, well, if we don't put the necessary amounts, then that's how we're going to see it, parabolic. But Richard's going to have to sell it, because how is these big players like Binance, all these big players going to come in? Who's going to sell it? Rackham? Rackham's going to sell it. No one's going to trust Rackham. no one's going to trust Rackham. No one's going to trust Firewall.
Okay, I get what you're saying. There's not enough circulating supply to accommodate for that level of bullishness. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yes, like how are we going to get the pulse into the hands of the guys that want a percentage of our chain?
Okay, I understand.
Right, because that's the habits of, you know, VCs, big money. You know, they want to know how much can I get and what's in it for me, right? Type style.
Bro,
I don't think 0.1%.
I mean, we'd have to think about, like, the OA holds. What's the percentage? Generally,
over 90.
Is it over 90? Okay. And do we know what
it should be?
Okay. And is there an inflation rate?
Yes, it's inflated currently. But that could stop.
So
an inflation rate on Pulse?
Infinite.
Yeah,
it's infinite.
Yeah,
it's infinite.
Yeah, like actually, last time I looked, it was actually deflationary. So it's depending what's happening on the chain. It's not substantial inflation. If there's lots of fees being burned, lots of Pulse being burned, then it actually becomes deflationary. So it's not, you know.
This is why we don't have the update, in my opinion, because if we update it, it wouldn't be profitable for the validators.
So the way I think of it, and I don't know the full details in terms of like how the OA. So the thinking is, or you guys probably know more about this based on what he's done with Hex before. So the idea is that he's never going to sell or move that percentage that he has, correct, of PulseChain? Is that
based on past activity?
But we don't know that, right?
We've seen the OA as kind of like a black hole.
Okay, so
from what I've analyzed from the OA acts at the end of something of a let's call it a series, right? like a season 1, season 2. If you could break down Hex's life or Richard's coins' life term, right? Because there's Hex, there's PulseChain, and all the other ones. The OA acts in seasons. Like there's a season, and he marks the new era of something because he acts, and then everyone moves. You know, type action.
So in that case, man, I'm almost even more bullish now, because if you think about a move like this, you know, a lot of what it is just a repricing of the asset, right? You're marking up the price of the asset, right? So if you have a situation where the OA is not releasing tokens and all the tokens are from us and or what the validators are inflating out or whatever, how that works, then that could be exactly what causes these type of vertical moves on the price, because the price gets marked up extraordinarily faster than
you're absolutely right.
Does that make sense?
100. No, but you're right. 100%. That's exactly. Essentially that's what happens, right? It's supply shock.
Exactly.
That's a parabolic effect. It's a network effect.
Yeah.
But
so that could give us a 10,000.
Dependent on us. But if it's dependent on us,
yeah,
we need to, like, from what I'm saying right now, we don't have the ammo, and we're not positioning ourselves properly in order to receive that amount of buys. Like right now, it doesn't look like we're getting that. I know, but I don't think right now it doesn't look likely that we're going to be the reason for that.
Okay.
right now currently with what with how everything is positioned. I'm not saying with the way it is. I'm just saying, like, you know, Bitcoin going down, Ethereum doing what it's doing, you know, dependent on the ratio of Bitcoin, all the L1s getting dumped on because everyone's realizing that the biggest thing in crypto is Ethereum. You know, Ethereum is slowly but surely becoming bigger than Bitcoin, and people are starting to see that, and people are starting to purchase it, and now they have no choice but to bring in that stable coin into the system, incentivize these industries to bring in that stable coin, bring in the money in. And then once that happens, I think we're going to see a rotation and a boom. And that could be, you know, the best time for PulseChain, because look who's in an actual copy of Ethereum in its full glory. So there's no reason for people not to use this. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? It's not like the different chains like Sui, which varies, and all these other chains, or L2s, which technically are less secure.
And you're forgetting, don't forget, man, when the Etch-a-Sketch pads get in people's hands, that kind of buy pressure that's going to happen. You're not ready for that.
Why they haven't sent out any yet?
You guys,
I thought they sent out a bunch of no.
They have, but the vast majority of them are not out.
I'm trolling you guys.
It's probably like 1/3 or less.
Did the customs? Well, no, you sent it inside the U.S. No, so it shouldn't have any custom issues.
They're being warehoused and sent out, you know, periodically. Yeah. But it's like literally like there's millions in a warehouse versus the amount that's gone out, right? So it's like what maybe a third of
those hit the streets.
Maybe.
Do you have to check? Do you have to check to see if they all work? Like, don't you have to check to see if they all work? Imagine giving someone that one that doesn't work. It's like, oh shit.
That's true. Yeah.
There's no battery in this
in
one.
A package. Nobody's checking. So, but I haven't heard any reports of them not working.
Because you got to see, maybe the company was like, yo, don't do it for the next 1,000. Forget about the batteries. Keep the batteries. You'll save on that, man. We'll say it was a mistake. You know, I don't know. But, I'm just
don't trust China with that kind of stuff. But I think I've seen them. I've held them in my hand. Like they're for what they are. Like it's like this is a $10, $15 value at Walmart, right? Like, it's it's fine. So is that.
It was pretty cool, honestly. When I saw it, I was impressed. But
I would have been happier if it had some sort of video message from Richard Hart. Yeah. That's what I was hoping for. Is that it would be a tab, like a marketing piece you'd open, and there'd be like a little screen. There'd be like, "Hello, Richard Hart here. You should buy a PulseChain."
It just comes up like it says, "Hello, cell pressure."
Exactly. That would have been rad. But I think this has a longer shelf life. But like the tablets aren't going to save us. Like the tablets, like I think it's good marketing, but it's slow burn, like 2-year marketing plan on something like the tablets. Like you're not going to get a tablet in the mail, and the new ones have magnets, which is cool. You put it on your fridge, right? So they're going to have a long shelf life of people seeing this thing, but like you're not going to get in the mail and then like rush out and buy PulseChain. Like you'll be like, what's this? You know, like, and not throw it away because it seems like something of value, but like it might literally be years. You might have to see a news article on Richard Hart somewhere else. And you're like, oh yeah, I have that thing on my fridge. It's got all the websites on it. It's got scannable links on it. I'm going to go check that out. But like, yeah, it won't be, 3 months from now the tablets make us all rich.
I think you should give out lighters with hex.com on it, man.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, Richard doesn't. Richard doesn't like
postcards.
smoke.
You know what's funny? Postcards are actually very effective.
Post notes? What?
Oh yeah, but for marketing by the math, postcards are great.
Oh, yeah.
I've done postcards. I used to send postcards from India to people, and they'd come with like a weird stamp on them and all this kind of stuff. And it was actually cheaper to make printed color postcards in India and make it made it look like they were signed by me. It was cheaper to do that than to send them to people in Canada from Canada. So I could send you a postcard from India printed for 40 cents. And it would cost me like probably, not including printing, it would cost me 70 cents to send you a postcard in Canada. It's good math.
RG3 said the tablets got banned from mailing by the post office. I don't know if that's true.
No way, but that's exactly what I thought. They must have
it wasn't the tablets themselves that got banned. It was the charitable status of the organization, right?
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
There's a charity set up, and charities get half price at with the U.S. Postal Service. So they stopped giving them half price, basically. Because they're like, hey, this seems like it's a financial product or whatever. Like, there's an argument there either way, but it's like it was coming from a charity, the R.S. Griffin Foundation, and the post office initially gave them the charity rate, which was prearranged, and they knew what the product was, they knew everything. But then probably somebody complained or whatever, and they lost their charitable status with the post office. There could be discussion about the batteries, but the batteries are actually, they fit within the standards for the post office because they're small lithium-ion batteries.
Cool. We got another hater.
So they can still send them via the post office. They just got to pay more, but it would still be a fraction of what a normal person pays to send a letter in the mail.
So this is the creator.
You know what's hilarious about this?
This tweet.
This guy is hating, but he's literally launching projects on PulseChain.
Yeah, he's got the 100 cents, and his name is the Pulse Abides, and he writes. Is
that the same guy that launched a project and rugged it?
I'm not sure.
Like in the early days, you remember he used to have a show. I wonder if it's the same guy. I gotta look this up.
He says,
he had a coin and everything.
He says, with the amount of liquidity compared to the past, it's correct language to declare PulseChain a rug pull. You got rug pulled on a $2 billion project. Richard Hart rug pulled his community 5 times, 5 charts, 5 years, and you got $5 left. 5. Now I guess we sit and wait to see what happens to the fat man. No way any of this ends good for him at all. Recovery doesn't even work. It's already dead. Nobody will trust that guy again. These guys are. It's going to get worse. These guys are popping out of nowhere. Everywhere.
Samo, bro, it's crazy, but it's like they don't even understand what they're saying, bro.
Max Payne is coming.
Yeah, it's time can do it. It doesn't even have to go much lower. It can just go sideways, like I was showing you on XRP for just longer, right? You can.
Oh, no, it's gonna go lower.
It could go lower too. Yeah, which it is.
If we don't pump it, it's going lower.
How much? Well,
obviously, right? That sounds so easy to understand, but it's sad because there's not enough liquidity to just go sideways.
How can it go much lower though? I don't understand. Without the OA, you're at like a
$500,000. $500,000. Poof! There go my roof.
Bro, this is the thing. This is where I will argue famous. This is where I will argue famous.
$1 million.
We've seen $500,000 go out today, and we see $500,000 go in. You understand that, yes, we can go lower, but it's going to be wicks and it's going to get bought up. Same way there's no liquidity on the downside, which means it's volatile. Same way on the upside, it goes up as well.
I understand.
Yeah, I'm doing a space and a stream at the same time.
How's this possible?
Multitasking.
So they're probably testing other chains to see.
We'll probably
I'm on mute.
Cause a rift in the universe,
etc. Yeah.
Yoink.
And then also.
And then just completely stops pumping it as soon as I buy it. What? And it's at 9.
You guys are doing the prayer spaces thing? Oh shit! Oops.
Sorry,
didn't Roots know who that is?
Well, what Roots said was he obviously, because he was heavily backing the Teddy, and he said to me in KR was, he's like, I don't know who launched it, but the guy that I'm speaking to told me that if I knew who launched it, I wouldn't like it. And he just left it at that, and I was just like,
okay, right.
I mean, that could be your fucking so many different people, right? Like, but
yeah, what the fuck, like, dude.
Yeah, we had that Teddy account was all. I think that was the dev, the Mooney dev was on the X Teddy account.
Yeah, so that's
they're talking about that teddy bear.
Teddy bear that B-Roots
copy.
The one that we was talking about earlier.
New one, by the way, for everyone listening.
Yeah,
was the Mooney dev, right?
Yeah,
it's a Mooney dev.
Interesting. Because like, bro, Honey ran, dude. Like whoever it was, like fair. Like you sent what Mona Lisa to a mil, Honey to like what 1.6. I don't know, 2 mil maybe. Like there was some little shitters there. Like there were some cooks. You know,
it was interesting because I remember I was in Sweden at the time and I saw Honey running, and then went after Sweden. I went to the UK, and then he went through like a period when pump tires was like popping off. Remember like the pump tire season we had recently?
Yeah, bro.
And he launched a bunch of shitters, and they all just got raped, all of them.
Joanne Silver, like, oh, bro.
And I think that was his last, like, the last hurrah for him.
Yeah, it was a bit ruggy. It was very Maria at the end, right? He just did 4 back to back, bonded them, everyone sniped it, and then he raped them all. And everyone was like, yeah, but one day, like, boy, you know, people were still kind of like, no, what if, right? Like throwing a little gamble bag on there. Like, I was like, fair enough, you know, I respect it. And we all did, you know what I mean? And then, luckily,
I bought every single one of those shit.
I had a wallet just for them. Oh man,
yeah, bro. The guy played chess and destroyed everyone, bro.
He's an opportunist for sure, bro.
It sounds so weird that like I'm on that space and I'm on this stream at the same time.
Hey, who are they talking about?
The interesting
They're talking
thing,
about the dev. So the teddy bear, that teddy dev, right? He launched a series of tokens, right? And at first everyone thought, you know, it's an ecosystem, and they all pumped, they all done well. I think Teddy done the best, obviously, but you know, you had the one that was backed by gold, and they actually bridged in real gold onto the chain and then paired it to which one was that famous? Was it Mooney? I forgot. It was either Mooney or Frankenstein or something like that, right? Because they had all weird so it was like they was trying to be Maria with the weird names.
It was Frank,
with the weird
the gold.
Frank, yeah. Like, and they all had, at first, they were so interesting because they all had more liquidity than market cap, right? So they added more liquidity when these first ones launched. Then B-Root shielded it, we were shilling it, Dirty shielded it. And then when that ecosystem started going down, all of a sudden, the dev started launching multiple. He started instant bonding multiple tokens. Just instant bonding them. And some of them still ran. And some of them just ran and then dumped, right? People dumped it. The dev never sold any. But then it got to the point where the dev started actually selling his tokens. And then they started launching not pump tires, just normal tokens and rugging them. And then now you look at Teddy, it's at 90k market cap. It's at a 90k market cap. It is absolutely blended. You know, that was at, I think, 10 mil at one point? And now it's at 90k. So, yeah, I mean, there was it was just weird the way whoever that was operating.
Damn. Guys, I have a really cool video for you. In the meantime, smash the like button. Links are at the top. But more importantly, Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. There's going to be a lot of great alpha there and a lot of cute girls. So Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. Check it out. We got Famous here. KR, you guys know who's on here. Fast. Thanks, S. Thunder. Appreciate that. Briz, we haven't even talked about Ink yet. He's really pissed, man. Imagine if everyone just focused on Hex and ignored everything else. So this video is cool, man. This is from 2021, okay? This video. It's a very famous Richard Hart video. Let's listen. You guys have seen this, right?
5 years. In 5 years, everyone listening to me is going to have made higher returns than you, and I want you to remember this day for the rest of your life. Everyone that you just said is going to get wrecked and something that's going to go to zero is going to outperform your lifetime portfolio gains. So you think you're smart, and everyone dumber than you is going to outperform you. And I want you to remember today, because I told it to you. The more successful, bigger dick guy told you. You're welcome.
Cabana,
good luck,
thank
buddy.
you for having me. Good luck to everybody.
Good luck.
I wish you all the best.
See you and your portfolio goes to 2%, brother. Ciao. 5 years. In 5 years, everyone. 5 years. In 5 years, everyone listening to me is going to have made higher returns than you, and I want you to remember this day for the rest of your life. Everyone that you just said is going to get wrecked and something that's going to go to zero is going to outperform your lifetime portfolio gains. So you think you're smart, and everyone dumber than you is going to outperform you. And I want you to remember today, because I told it to you. The more successful, bigger dick guy told you. You're welcome.
Cabana,
good luck,
thank
buddy.
you for having me. Good luck to everybody.
Good luck.
I wish you all the best.
See you. So you and your portfolio goes to
that
2%.
fine wine, man. Damn.
So I don't know.
2%. My portfolio is at 2% right now, bro. You better do something.
Mine's at 2, man. Will somebody look up who this guy Cody? Because if he probably did all right this bull run, right? So this was 2021. It hasn't been 5 years yet. In fairness to Richard Hart, right now. So in this, he says in 5 years, we're all going to be loaded, and you're going to suck pretty much. And 5 years from this video, I believe, is July. Is it June or July of this year? So we're a few months away. So there's time. July 2021 was this video. So that's
there's still time.
Dude, a lot can happen in 4 months, guys. A lot,
bro.
A lot.
Especially like we've seen Eve do some power moves in 4 months. And you're talking, big liquidity compared to little PulseChain. I'm not saying it would happen overnight, but if things did look right, markets looked right, the chain started acting right, according to Famous, you could see some big dildos, and people are gonna get outpriced. That's the interesting thing. Now here's another thing, right? All we could talk on is Provex. When does Provex launch? Because here's the thing. A lot of that money that got sacrificed for Provex was actually the core coins getting sold down.
That's true.
Right? So here's the thing. Who's Richard going to reward, or who does Richard care about more to a certain degree? The guys that sold down his chain for this new shiny thing, or his holders that believed him and rid the night. Now, this is not me saying that Provex ain't going to pump, but something in my mind always tells me that Provex was a psyop to get your tokens off you in a way that you would have to sell the chain with no liquidity, eat hella slippage, and you still give him his tokens. You still give him his tokens, but just in actual value, not illiquid.
That's ruthless.
You're giving it to him in DAI,
That's
Ethereum.
Ruthless, bro. That's ruthless.
I just sent you a link to Cody's X there, Wolf. Looks like he's doing okay.
That's like throwing you out of an airplane and shooting you on your way down. Wait, what'd you say?
I sent you Cody's X account.
Oh, okay. He's doing all right. Let's see. Cody Will.
I think he's doing okay. Hedge fund manager.
It'd be great to actually do a check in with him.
Let's get him on here.
Oh man! So what do you think? I mean, what if we hit that point and we're still where we are now? I mean, Richard Hart's that was a pretty bold claim he made there.
He often made bold statements like that. Like he was good at, in the moment, being very bold and aggressive. We just need him on the screen to keep doing that.
I think that Richard was like, I think that was him in character, right? Like, I wouldn't take everything 100% literal.
Yeah.
Like he said a lot of things, right? A lot of things. But it was his character. And you know what? Even if they were not true, when you look back at it at the time, you would have believed it. You was there like, holy shit.
It's the biggest swinging dick in the room, right? That was his whole thing.
A lot of people like, I didn't like Richard's attitude, and I loved it. I thought he was great. That's the whole reason why I found X.
Yeah.
Was because of his, you're broke, you're not me. I worked my ass off. Look at me now. Like kind of like Andrew Tate, but like a crypto version, right? Like that whole, this watch is worth your whole life or whatever, right? Like, bro, I loved it. I thought that was motivated. A lot of people say, they took it in offense. To me, it was motivating. It's like, you know what? He's absolutely correct, whether you like it or not. You ain't got a rainbow Daytona on your wrist. How can you talk for the man? But yeah, man, I wish I missed that Richard, man. I'd love to get that Richard back, but I don't think we'd ever get him back.
In a bull run,
exact Richard.
Yeah, I mean we're doing multiple X's on PulseChain. He'll come back, I think. A lot of people are giving him crap, but if you think about the way the chart's moving, it doesn't make sense for him to come back now. There's no reason to start getting pumps right now until he's ready to really. Nah. And because you see how it works in crypto when you look at the charts we've looked at, right? It's kind of an all or nothing thing. Like once you begin these pumps, that's it. It's go time, right? So it's kind of an all or nothing thing. I am bullish on PulseChain, folks. I know it sucks, and definitely could have played the last few years better. I mean, you know, I thought that he would come out of the gate at the SEC case the summer that he would begin, because that was like a pot he could stand on, a podium to get on. Look, I just beat the SEC, green candles, you know.
Yeah, but he probably knew about Interpol's out before we did, right? So he might have known it wasn't done.
Okay.
And so he was still, you know, in hiding, so to speak.
Yeah. I get you.
But yeah, that would have been a great moment to come out, right? Like full force streaming every day. I just beat the SEC.
Yeah.
Suck it, bitches. But yeah, that's not what happened.
No. But it is what it is. We're going on 3 hours, so probably going to start to wrap it up. Chat, you guys are amazing. Smash the like button. Follow all our guests. Fast, KR, Famous. Thanks for coming on the show. Famous, it was good meeting you. It's the first time I ever talked to you.
Yeah, man. It was nice talking to you, man.
Yeah.
Very nice stream.
Yeah.
You should come on Spaces more often, dude.
Yeah, when I have time, I drop in. You guys are always fighting, though, every time I fucking show up.
It's always Famous fighting, bro.
I swear to fucking God. Like, what the fuck? Last few times, it's always been P-Tiger, which has been very entertaining. It was P-Tiger and then some other guy with a meme coin. And very entertaining, but, you know, I only have so much time to hang out.
Have you done Spaces, though? Have you done Spaces?
If I, no. No.
Because it's much less like, I'd say you could do, you get a lot more done with doing a space.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%. You'd get a lot of support from the community, for sure.
Yeah, we could do Spaces.
100%.
I mean, I can't share charts and stuff, but I mean,
they're more chaotic though. Like you're not as focused.
Oh, yeah,
share photos. You can make it work.
They are more chaotic, you know? Especially if you have Famous as a speaker. Then they're definitely more chaotic.
You guys have had some very chaotic. Yeah, it gets crazy. Everyone, y'all are yelling at each other, and it's fucking nuts.
It's all about who you let up to talk, right?
Yeah.
Like if you have a catered speakers list, then you can keep it controlled. If it's like anybody who presses the talk button gets to come up, it's gonna get crazy.
Well, you know what it is, bro? Sometimes that craziness just gives it that seasoning or that spice, right? Like that.
It makes
you kind of like people talk about it, and then all of a sudden you got more viewers, you got more people, more retweets, people are laughing, you know. And at times like this, in my opinion, it's like you got to cry or laugh, right? We're all in this together. We're holding, right? I'm holding, you know, I DC'd last week. I'm even down on that DC. But what are we going to do? Are we going to cry, fag? Are we going to get together, have a laugh, remember the good times? I wish PulseChain was back, guys. I wish he was back at them. But yeah, man, I think, you know, giving the community something to laugh about or I think, you know, it's something, right? Like, I mean,
no, they're fun. They're fun.
Better than doing nothing and us all just, Richard is a scammer, you know, like.
Yeah. We need to get you and P-Tiger, or what's his name, Sarah? Tiger, what's his name? Tiger.
Yeah, you could be a mediator, man.
Chris.
You do that.
Tiger what? God?
You're talking about Chris.
God. Is that it? His name's Chris?
Tiger
Chris,
Crypto.
yeah. Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's Chris.
He's a wild card.
Yeah, he's an interesting character.
Well, you know, when you was a female and then you turn into a male, you have, you know, they have to put a lot of testosterone into you, right? So, you know, he's always threatening to kill people and stomp people out and do this and that, you know, like, I mean, and then you realize that the dude's only 5'7". You think, oh, okay, that makes sense. You know, I'll take on B Roots. Yeah, B Roots is 6'4" and you're 5'7". You know, it's gonna be like that. You know, that big guy smacking that little guy. You know, that.
We should all be scared of Ian, not B Roots. Ian could kill us.
Ian's an animal.
He's an animal.
Ian's an animal.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Wouldn't mess with him.
And I've met both those guys in person. They're both large, but like Ian just moves different, right? Like, and he's super friendly. But yeah, he could kill you.
So chat, make some noise. Go follow everybody. Like this, of course. But once again, Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. I'm going to wrap this up with Sydney Sweeney does a food review. If you guys are curious on some snacks, because I am.
A bunch of snacks, so I thought I would rate them for you. Fruit, Riot sour grapes. These look a little terrifying. This is a mixed berry.
They look delicious, honey.
It is what it advertises, but it's delicious. Green apple. unreal flavor. Third rope. The crunch, the juice. Never actually gotten one of these before, but we're gonna try it.
My kid loves those things. They're terrible.
All right.
I hate them, bro. I think they're so disgusting. It's unreal.
10 out of 10.
I don't like them.
A lot of flavor though. Like, too much flavor.
Whoa. Okay.
Bro, they're like almost unhealthy for you.
A bunch of snacks.
They're
So
almost
I thought I
unhealthy for you.
would rate them for you.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
She's single-handedly making America great again. Let it out.
Indeed.
All right, you guys are awesome. You guys hang in there, okay? We looked at some charts. I think there's a lot of potential here. I'm very bullish. All right, I think it's a time to keep filling your bags. All right, and guys, we'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah, if you guys want to jump in the space, you're more than welcome to as well.
Yeah,
I'll catch you guys there.
Yeah. All right.
Ciao, guys.
Night, everybody.
All right, peace out, guys. Thank you, St. Wolf, for having me.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Anytime, man.
Good stream.
Yeah, boys.
A bit fast, Abdul. Have a good one, bro.